This week, God, No God, as we discuss the chilling 2007 vampire horror, 30 Days of Night. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Bloody Bits Horror Show. I am your host, Eddie, the Axe Jefferson. Joining me, as always, is the co-host with the co-most, Tim Yobo. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. It's Saturday night. We're doing this early, so I'm going to be able to get even drunker later on and play more hockey.
Hell yeah. And Tim, we are not alone on this cold November, because this is coming out in November day. We are joined by the girl who's dead in the bed with the bullet in her head. It's Candice.
I like that. It's beautiful. It's like poetry or something.
Candice, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great. It's actually a reasonable time here. I'm not pounding energy drinks trying to stay awake, or alcohol, or both.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a bad speedball to do there. I think that's what did Belushi in. So we're in the winter now, right? It's getting cold out. We just put a bow on Rocktober, and we needed another theme month because we always like to do these here. Last year we did Bolvember, for better or worse. Tim, that's actually when you joined up with us.
That's right, the anniversary. So is this coming out on my anniversary?
No, Tim, this is coming out on November 2nd, actually. Your anniversary would be the 13th of November? Okay, right around there, let's say.
Send all your presents, care of Tim Yobo.
Mm-hmm. Send all of your presents, care of Tim Yobo. And Tim, go ahead and give everybody your address.
Things that have THC in them. I don't care what the postal office says about not sending pot in the mail. Come the fuck on.
Yeah. So instead, though, of doing a Bolvember, I think we're leaning in a decidedly Candice direction this month.
I had to bring my flavor.
Exactly. And your flavor is pumpkin spice because it's fall. We're all basic white people.
So Candice tastes like everything.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. It's funny. I just got these everything bagel potato chips. Not bad, man. No, they're pretty good.
Really?
I don't know. I don't think that sounds like a good combination, but
it's hard to beat everything.
Who am I?
And still be good.
Yeah. No, it's not too bad. I don't know. A lot of those weird flavor potato chips to me, though, they just kind of run the gamut of it tastes like what it is or just a bunch of shit.
Or it tastes like chemicals.
Or chemicals. Yeah, I've had that. The worst one I had was a mango habanero potato chip.
I think the worst one I ever had was chicken and waffles, which you think would be a great potato chip, but it was horrible.
No, it wouldn't. Come on, Candice.
I thought it was.
Eat some fucking chicken and waffles, or have potato chips. You can't have them both at the same time.
But what if you could, Tim? What if you could?
Tim, that's going to be the downfall of our society. Too many fucking potato chips.
Tim doesn't dare to dream like we do, Candice.
When I was young, I had regular Wise potato chips, which, by the way, can you buy Wise potato chips anymore? I have not seen a bag of Wise potato chips.
Very rarely. Very rarely.
What the fuck happened? They were like number one.
They were good, man. They were extra oily.
Well, I like them because those are the ones you always had a good chance of getting, like the burnt ones in. The ones that are like a little bit brown.
Yep.
Those are the best ones.
I agree. Those are the best ones.
Yeah. Like them a little Cajun style.
Yes, I remember when I was a kid, my mother told me of this dream that you could go on a factory tour of the Wise thing and they'd let you pick out the burnt potato chips and eat them. It was like Willy's Wonderland for me.
Yeah. Just a young Yobo traipsing up and down the factory line looking for burnt potato chips.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of burnt potato chips on a line, we've picked up a theme for this month out of all of the bad themes that we've had. I think this one for you, Candice, might be exactly what you're looking for. It's No Vamper.
You're welcome, world.
So shouldn't it mean No Vampires Month?
No, Tim. This is all vampires.
No vampire. No.
Yeah. No,
No.
vampires, stay away from me.
Yeah.
Don't bite my neck.
Is that what works?
That's what I was thinking when I came up with it.
Well,
I
you
was
have
like,
to-
because, you're going to kill vampires in all these movies.
True. Well, you have to invite them in, though. Maybe it's the vampires at the door, and he's like,
Not
"Can
these
I-"
vampires. You don't
Can
have
I-
to invite them in. They'll just invite themselves through the window.
Oh, really? I mean, they definitely have poor manners, these vampires. So yeah, we're talking about the what was it, 2007, 30 Days of Night, and I don't remember which one of us picked this. I think we all kind of said, yeah, we'll do this one.
Yeah, my original
By
idea,
committee.
because we were going to do one good one bad one, was to do Let the Right One In, because that's a fantastic movie, but it's kind of slow.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that's probably not going to
Kinda.
be good for a podcast.
Wait, are you talking about the original or the American?
The original. Yeah, I have
Okay, because
never
the
seen
American
the
one is already kind of slow, so I don't even want to think how slow the original one is, although I saw it. But when it's a
Yeah,
good movie, it's not slow.
this movie, it moves at a clip, even though it's about 2 hours long. I mean, it
kind of
does.
slows down a little bit towards the end, and then
Yeah.
it picks up. There's like maybe 15 minutes towards the end where it's like, they could have cut a little bit of this, a little bit of that out. But
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm going to start with you, Candice, because this is your month. What's your history with 30 Days of Night?
it's your time of the month, Candice. Go ahead.
It started with a young Candice in high school going over to a friend's house and him being like, I have these comic books about vampires. I think you'd like them. And
Boy,
so
he knew how to
he's-
get you over to his house, Candice.
Yep. Fish in
Well,
a
he
barrel.
sat there and played video games while I read all of 30 Days of Night, the comic books.
Okay.
And then when I heard there
Wow.
was a movie coming out, I was like, oh, fuck yes.
He was a real
'Cause you
rag
gotta-
man, huh?
Because you
Oh,
got to
God.
think of the premise. It's a town, in the North Pole that has 30 days of night. Hence the
Mhm.
title, obviously. So a vampire or vampires could just run havoc through there in this small, isolated town.
It is a great idea.
It was beautiful.
Excellent concept. So you saw it right when it came out then. This was in the theater for you? Or
Yeah, it was
this...
in the theater for me, yeah. And plus, I have a thing for Frozen horror movies. Any movie that's set like The Thing or the
Yeah.
movie Frozen,
Yeah.
any movie or book that takes place
Wait,
in
Frozen?
like Russia. No, not
The
the
other
Disney
Frozen,
Frozen. There's
Tim.
another
Okay, I was
Frozen.
gonna say, wait a
Yeah.
second, Candace.
Oh, Tim, you've never-
Anything that takes place in the extreme cold, I am down for.
Same. I love it. I'm right there with you. So Tim, what about you, buddy? You have any history with this movie?
Like we said before we were recording, it's the first time I've seen it in a long time, and like you, I think the last time I saw this was probably when it came out on VHS. So it probably wasn't VHS back then. It was fucking DVD by then.
Yeah.
So yeah, 2007. Yeah, there were DVDs. So yeah, it's been a long fucking time. And I remember liking the movie, but because I know there's like 3 or 4 sequels, and I think I saw part of one of the other sequels, and just like, what the fuck is this?
There was a web series too. I've never watched any of them.
Yeah, we'll get to that. There's a lot of content around this, man. So yeah, like you said, I picked it up on DVD when it came out, watched it, and it was one of them that, like you said, Tim, I was just kind of watched it and I enjoyed it, but I never really thought to go back and revisit it.
It's always in the back of my mind because,
Yeah.
being a vampire person like myself, 2007 for like 20 years before this, vampires were always sexy.
Yes,
They were
yes.
always the sympathetic, tortured souls,
Mhm.
damned to walk the earth without love for eternity.
super
and I wanted-
educated. Yeah.
I wanted vampires that were fucking monsters. And this
And-
movie delivered.
Boy, did you get that. So, yeah, a little bit of the background on it. This one was originally written by Steve Niles, as you said, who did the comic book for it. But initially, it was actually a screenplay that he wanted to get made into a movie. He failed to get that made into a movie and adapted it to a comic book, which then
Smart
became
move.
very popular and was made
Uh-huh.
into a movie. So perfect.
Weren't there quite a few movies that got made like that in a roundabout way? Like the screenplay wasn't doing anything, then it got
was
made into a graphic novel, and then the graphic novel takes off, and then now we want to make it into a movie.
The most recent one I can think of is Ready Player One.
Yep.
I remember I read that book before it became a movie, obviously. And I was like, man, this book's fucking great, but there's no way they could make it into a movie because there's too many intellectual properties involved.
Yeah.
Like, commercially, it would never happen. And the writer said, I wrote this because I wrote so many screenplays that never got made. I decided to write a book that could never be made into a movie. And then guess what happened? Yeah.
Well, they tried to make it into
and now
a
we're
movie.
sitting on
Yeah.
Space Jam 2.
Yeah.
Did you hear about they're making a Warner, speaking of Space Jam, making the fighting game coming out?
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. That's going to be
Oh,
wild.
Wait, what?
Warner owns all those properties, right?
Yeah.
So they made Space Jam. That's why they have the whole multiverse thing.
So they're
with
going to
all
have
the
a Mortal
different-
Kombat game where you can pick any of the fucking Warner Brothers characters. to play.
More like a Smash Brothers game.
That
Yeah.
sounds like a Nintendo thing, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, my
Power
God.
Stone? You had a
Elitist.
Dreamcast? Power
The
Stone.
Dreamcast, yeah.
You never played Power Stone on Dreamcast?
It's so long ago. Like I'm gonna remember what the fucking name of Power Stone was.
Okay. All right. So think of
But
a
no,
like
come
a
on, that's a great idea. Make a Mortal Kombat, and you know the money that you make on DLC with every month releasing
Yeah.
30 or 40 fucking characters.
Yep.
Melvin
yep.
the Martian versus fucking I don't know,
Melvin.
Scorpion.
Mike Tyson in there, yeah.
Scorpion versus Melvin the Martian.
Mike Tyson versus Mike Tyson from Punch Out. Come
Oh,
Get over here.
on.
that'd be great. Yeah, so it's like a 2D platform fighter thing. It's casual, like barely a fighting game they're going to do. But
so
there you
everybody's
go.
just gonna lock down on whatever property they have, and that's it.
Yep, that's how it's going to work, buddy. So, directed by David Slade, who's a little bit of a heavy hitter in the horror world, I would say. He directed the movie Hard Candy. I don't know if you're
Oh, yeah.
familiar with.
Oh yeah.
Yep, not too bad. Then he would go on to direct Twilight Eclipse.
Oof. I've seen it.
Oh, man.
I've seen all the Twilight movies.
Oh, boy. Yeah. Sorry. He also
No. Come on. There's a certain disgusting pleasure in how bad those fucking movies are, and just like what they fucking tried to pull off.
There's a certain level of movie that I try to watch it and I can't. I ended up being able to watch the first Twilight movie through the riff tracks,
Mhm.
but that was it. And then the next
Eddie,
movie,
they sparkle in the sun and
Yeah,
they play baseball. There's
That's
a
really all
baseball
you need to know.
game. Yep.
That's really all you
They-
need to know right there.
they sure do.
Baseball, man.
So
Well, I
mad
wouldn't,
he's
yeah.
throwing drinks around in there.
It's an empty, so it's okay.
And the other one was I tried to watch that first Transformers movie.
Oof.
And I remember I got about 17 minutes into it and I was like, fuck this. And I just turned it off.
Out of all the franchises, I think Transformers is really the worst one.
It's
Just nothing. With
And-
everything that's going on the screen, you can't even tell what the fuck is going on the screen. So it's
Yeah.
not like the special effects are worth it. It's
Yeah.
just like a montage. It's a kaleidoscope on a fucking IMAX screen. That's it.
And keep in mind, I sat through all of the Matrix movies, and they get really bad toward the end.
They get real boring.
What do you
Oh,
mean? They
yeah.
get real bad as soon as the first one ends. That's it. The second
Yeah.
one sucked, and the third one was even crazier sucked.
Well,
So what do you
Tim,
think the new one's going to be like?
I don't know. I hope not like the second or third one.
I'm hoping
As-
that Keanu's built up enough where he's just like, look, I'm not going to do the movie if I don't have to. So hopefully, at least if he thinks it's good, I have faith in him.
Yeah. He also thought Knock Knock was a good choice, but anyhow.
There were some parts of that movie that were okay.
David Slade also directed a bunch of episodes of the TV series Hannibal. He did
I love that show.
He directed the robot dog episode of Black Mirror. Not the best episode. And he-
Still a good one, though.
Yeah, pretty good.
Here's a tip. Don't put shit in black and white because right away you're going to cut half your fucking audience right off from wanting to watch it just because it's in black and white.
That's true. That wasn't what bothered me. I could
no,
go
we're
off
smart.
on. Yeah, sure. I could go off on Black Mirror for a while. And speaking of Black Mirror, he also directed the interactive thing that they did, Bandersnatch, on Netflix.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Oh.
I went through it twice, so I got 2 out of the 3 endings.
Yeah, I went through it a few times.
Same. I thought it was really interesting, and to direct something like that is that's got to be
Difficult?
yeah, challenging. So hats off to him for that. So this movie is starring Tim. We were just talking about this fella
Yeah.
the other day during the Halloween debate.
Mhm.
Josh Hartnett.
As he gets older, I can accept him a little bit more. But he's also, I think, in my opinion, correct me if I'm wrong, everybody, but he's too young for this role.
Well, yeah, the character in the
Yeah.
comic was probably in his 40s, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See,
And that
this'll-
would have made the whole wife thing maybe a little bit, have a little bit more stakes in it, because probably if he's like 40 years old, you know, in the comic book, whatever, they could have been together for a longer time than it looks like these two were. But I'm just looking at that town, the people that are in that diner, the crazy guy with that fucking saw on the top of his fucking truck,
yeah,
which I don't know what the fuck that's used for, but
it's used
and
for
like
cutting
they're gonna
ice.
listen to this guy as sheriff? He got fucking elected?
Yeah, he's a weird fit for this for sure. Horror fans, of course, are going to remember him as John from H2O and Zeke from The Faculty.
Also, from Penny Dreadful.
Penny
And
Dreadful.
Sin City.
And
That was
Sin
supposed to turn
City.
him around, Sin City. That was I think that was a trailer that they did, that Rodriguez did, and that's what sold the movie to the rest of the producers. They just did that little vignette thing.
Those
That
are-
wraps the movie up and down.
It was very good. Yeah, I
Well,
mean,
he got sick of being typecast as like a heartthrob, so he stepped away from major movies for a while to do indie stuff because he would just kept getting typecast, and that's not what he wanted to do.
yeah, I mean, I get it. Like,
Kind of looks like a doofus to me, but whatever.
Yeah, I never really saw the heartthrob Josh Hartnett thing. I never really thought he was that hot, but a lot of women do.
you were more of a Ryan Philippe type.
No.
Come on, Candice. I know what you
None-
did last summer.
None of those things. None of those, that era. I never really saw it.
Yeah, that was a
You
weird.
Dawson's Creek guy?
No, God, no.
Oh, what's his name from Dawson's Creek? What the fuck is that dude? The goddamn name?
Well, there's two guys. There was Joshua Jackson, and then there was James
No.
Vanderbeek.
James
Oh,
Vanderbeek.
look at that.
Yeah.
She knows both of their names.
Yeah,
Right off the
see,
top
right
of
off
her
the
head,
top of her
see?
head.
Well, Joshua Jackson was in that sci-fi TV show.
Fringe?
Oh, Fringe. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You want to know what's crazy about that? Somebody told me to watch that show. And I said to them, you know, it's on Fox. I really don't want to watch anything that's on Fox because usually those shows aren't that great. Or if the show's good, it gets canceled after like one season.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And she tells me, no, trust me, watch it. It's really great. And she describes all the shit that's going on with it. And then after I binge watch like all 5 seasons, like all the way up to fucking Leonard Nimoy and that shit, I see her again. I talk to her. She's like, what are you talking about? I never told you to watch that show.
Oh my god. Like,
She's like, I watched that show because you told me to watch it. I'm like, whoa, wait a second. What the fuck?
No, I said friends. I didn't say fringe. I said friends.
Oh,
That
with the
might be
blonde
it.
ditzy chick, yes.
Yeah. Speaking of blonde ditzy chicks, Melissa George as Stella, who dabbled in a little bit of horror. She plays the estranged wife of Eben. She was Kathy in the 2005 remake of Amityville Horror.
Oh yeah.
She looks like a poor man's Naomi Watts to me.
Oh, okay. So a Naomi Volts.
give yourself the drum roll. Go on.
All right, I'll give you one. There we go. And got a couple other credits here just to get through for you. Danny Houston as
Oh,
Marlowe.
wonder who that is.
I wonder who that is. He's the head vampire, Marlowe, who has a name, but not in the movie. Danny Houston. Where do we know this guy from, horror fans? Well, he was the Axeman from American Horror Story.
Excellent. I'm just rewatching American Horror Story Coven.
Mhm.
That's it.
Okay.
Yep, that's the one.
Okay. He was also Stryker in X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yep.
Woo-hoo!
Best striker out of them all.
He really was. Oh my god, he was so good. And that was the best X-Men movie to date. To date.
Yeah, agreed. 100% agreed. I'm not a big fan of the comic book movies, but I did see that one and I did like it. For sure.
Did you watch Logan?
No, I didn't. Was that one?
Oh,
That one's
watch
pretty
Well,
good.
Logan.
it's very different. It's much more of a drama that just happens to be about superheroes.
Oh, I'm down with that then.
Well, no,
I
you
prefer
actually
the
get
more-
to see Wolverine have blood on his claws because it's an
Oh,
R-rated
shit.
movie.
Yeah, it's an R-rated movie. He gets to actually curse and kill people.
See, that's so nice.
And he's
That's-
towards the end of his lifespan, so now when he gets hit, it kind of hurts him a little bit. So he's
Okay.
not a fucking demigod anymore.
Okay, so a little bit of the regenerative factor going away. That's nice.
Mhm.
He was also Arthur Burns in The Proposition, which is a phenomenal movie that he plays really, really fucking well. The bad guy here, by
He's
the
kind
way.
of good in everything he's in.
Yeah,
He,
he's not in enough stuff.
No.
I before I had seen X2 before this, but this was the movie that really made me stand up and pay attention to Danny Houston.
Yeah.
And it was years before I found out that he's John Houston's son and Angelica Houston's brother.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Crazy.
He doesn't look like them. And did he like start acting when he was like 40 years old? Because I don't remember ever seeing him until like about this period
Yeah.
of time where he kind of like popped up and he already has like salt and pepper hair.
Well, I looked through his Internet Movie Database, and he's got like one credit back in '75, and then nothing until '95.
Was he like working in Broadway, producing, directing shit?
You know what? I didn't dig that much into it. I don't know.
It's just weird that, with that family lineage, that
Yeah,
he kind of like
he would
sneaks
be-
under the radar.
Yeah, he'd be that
Yeah.
much older before he decided to go into show business. That is weird.
Yeah, there's not a lot in his bio here about what he was doing when he wasn't acting. Damn.
Maybe he's a very personal person.
I don't know. He's a goddamn good vampire, I'll tell you that.
Living off
Hell
that
yeah, he
fucking African Queen money.
Yeah, he was also in the 2015 Frankenstein adaptation that was directed by Bernard Rose, the director of Candyman.
Okay.
It's a weird one, I know. Then we've got Ben Foster as the stranger, who has
He's
been
in a shit ton.
a lot,
yeah.
but not a lot of horror, actually, if you look through his stuff.
No, I think the last thing I remember off the top of my head is Warcraft.
Yeah, he was in Warcraft. He
Wow.
was also in what was it? Well, he was Charlie in 3:10 to Yuma, the Russell Crowe Christian Bale one,
Yeah.
and then I remember him mostly from the TV series 6 Feet Under. He was on that for a spell, if you ever watched that. But he plays the stranger.
With the beautiful teeth.
Oh yeah, lovely
Best
teeth.
smile.
Yeah.
At certain points, he looks like fucking Jaws from Moonraker with those teeth, and how shiny they are. That's a real tough thing to get your teeth so fucking dirty and crusty that they shine.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive, man. It was like he was drinking some of the oil from outside. It did not look good, man. So then after that, the next credit I've got to get into here, just a quick shout out to Mark Boone Jr., who played Bo.
Mm-hmm. Another guy
Fucking
that's been
love
in
him.
fucking everything.
He has been in fucking everything, and we're going to be covering another movie he's in this month.
Oh, wait, is that the guy from Sons of Anarchy?
Yes.
He was a customer of mine in a pet food store I used to work on, Little Creatures, all the way down in the East Village back in the day.
Really?
Him and Luis Guzman were both my customers.
I like Luis Guzman. Well, at least the things I've seen him in, he's pretty funny. So yeah, this dude was in Halloween 2 from 2009, not the good one. Yeah, of course he plays Bo in this. He was in another very underrated movie called Wrist Cutters, a Love Story. That's a really interesting kind of abstract one you might want to check out. He was in Batman Begins as Flash, and well, the other one that I've got for him is the upcoming John Carpenter's Vampires.
Yes, that's right.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
one of the hunters that gets bifurcated, I suppose, is the best way to describe it. So that's about all I've got for the background stuff. Unless anybody else wants to chime in with something I might have missed, I think we can pick it up.
There was a few things about the production
Okay.
that I wanted to bring up just because they're
Please.
fun facts. Most of this movie was shot during the day, and they used day-night filter. And I
Then
think
they did
for
it
the-
very well.
Exactly. If I had not read that, I would not have known that. And it was also shot in New Zealand, which I don't think you can actually tell. Half of the actors are Australian or New Zealanders.
That's impressive.
Yeah, the accents. I mean, one of them, I can kind of
Yeah.
tell their accents off, but most of them, their accents are on point.
Yeah, pretty
And
good.
let me point some fun facts to you. In Barrow, Alaska,
Mhm.
at this time, apparently there's 67 days of darkness, not just 30.
It just doesn't have the same ring to
And
it.
yeah, 30 Days of Night just has a much more of
Yeah.
a ring to it. And it's between November 18th and January 23rd. Could you imagine going that long without seeing sunlight?
That's, yeah.
The average temperature around that time is negative 14 degrees.
That's the
So-
average.
That's the average, so fuck that.
Yeah. Oh my God. Does
That
it
was
make
it.
much of a
Just some-
difference between like -7 and -14?
It does, because it actually gets, with wind chill here, it gets to negative 15.
Yeah.
Damn.
It-
Can you
you
throw
step-
fucking boiling water out your backyard window and make
You
it
can.
snow?
Yeah, it gets that cold sometimes. Usually in like the end of January is the coldest. But you will step outside and it will literally take the breath out of you for a minute. Because your lungs are like, what the
Yeah.
fuck just happened?
See, I've
Tim-
lived in New York my whole life, and I remember when I was younger, when we had winters here, it was fucking cold. Not like how these bullshit fucking pussy winters are now, where it's fucking 65 degrees. But
Yeah.
that shit,
No,
that will take the fucking air right out of your lungs and just freeze any of the hairs that you have in your nose.
Yeah. Go outside, you piss out an icicle. No, thanks, man.
Does that work? Is it if you can throw boiling water out into the fucking air and before it hits the ground it turns to snow, can you piss? Like maybe like let's say you lived on like
Yeah.
a 4th floor window and you piss out that window. Would it freeze before it hits the ground?
It would stab
Maybe.
somebody in the head.
Would you have to like
Just-
break it off your fucking dick?
Oh, God. No, it's going to take a while, so it's going to turn into yellow snow. Because, you know, how they always say not to eat the yellow snow, Tim. Well, now you know why. Don't even catch the flakes on your tongue. It should
What
be-
about the yellow ice?
Yeah, true. True. He's got Bing Crosby down there saying he's dreaming of a yellow Christmas, and Tim Yobo up there pissing off the roof,
Just singing in the snow.
singing in the snow. So yeah, we start out in our town of Barrow, Alaska, most known for its remoteness and the fact that, like you said, there's a month of darkness once a year. The townsfolk mostly nope the hell out of town when this happens, but
I agree. You guys ever, I know you don't, Eddie, because you live in a place with no seasons. You ever get seasonal affective disorder?
No, I love the fucking winter. I like it when it's cold. I like that. I'd rather have it cold than hot any day of the year.
Yeah. I get it towards like February, in February and March when I'm so fucking ready for there to be heat. I can't even remember the last time I felt warm. I can't imagine living in a place like Alaska. I would kill myself from depression in like a month. Like it would
See,
not be pretty.
I don't think I would. If I can keep all my creature comforts, I don't want to do like fucking wild man living out there. Where I got to fucking go out and log myself and shit like that. But I wouldn't mind that because I always look at it this way: in the winter, you can dress as warm as you want, and you maybe you're gonna be a little bit cold if it's fucking minus 14 degrees. But in the summertime, if it's fucking like 102 degrees, fucking 87% humidity, you walk out naked. And you're still going to be fucking sweating your ass
I
off.
agree with that. Yeah, I do agree with that. There's only so much clothing you can take off, but you can always put another sweater on.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, yep. So I grew up in the Pacific Northwest, up in Washington, and we would get on average about 2.5 feet of snow every year. So like it would just be that time of the year when you're like, well, we better have enough shit in the house because you're not going anywhere, you know, unless you want to get out and dig your car out. So. Man, but then yeah, it's also so fucking humid up there that if it's a 90 out, you just want to die. So I'm like, you know what? I'll move down here to the Southern California coast. It's kind of nice. You know, it goes from about 80 in the summer to about 64 in the winter. That's about it.
That's
Did
not
I ever-
bad. That's
did I ever
a
tell
nice
you-
little marker.
Did I ever tell you the story about the first time I saw snow?
Oh no! Did you try to stab it?
Because I
Did you run screaming to your church?
Did you think it was sugar
No.
and you just started licking everything?
it was like middle school, and we
They have
got
to tell
out early
Candice,
because
don't eat the white snow.
Yeah.
because it started snowing, and I hadn't moved from Florida, so I hadn't seen snow before. And
Mhm.
this white stuff came falling from the sky, and they were like, "Hey, do you know what that is?" And I was like, "Is it ashes?" I
Oh,
thought it
Wow,
was ashes.
Candice.
They're like, "No, you idiot! It's snow." I was like,
That's what
"Holy
happens when you live
shit!"
down the road from the crematorium in Philadelphia, in Florida.
yeah. That's actually like the year that I was born up in Washington is when Mount St. Helens erupted. So the town looked like it was snowed over, but it was all ashes.
It looked like Silent Hill. Your town
Yep.
looked like Silent Hill.
It did.
And that's
yeah.
when you knew that Eddie Jefferson came into the world.
Oh God.
Then the sirens start going off.
Yeah.
There was no shooting star. It was just an exploding fucking mountain.
Instead of Pyramid Head, though, it was just Big Head, and I was born. So,
See this little baby body with like a head the size of an Easter Island head monument, you know?
Hey, if you're gonna have a fucking Pyramid Head baby, you want that baby born breached, right?
no, I was C-section. My mom couldn't take it. No, it's so funny too because like they love telling the story. My voice never changed through puberty or anything. So when I was in the hospital, yeah,
So you always sounded like this. You were like, "Wah,
yeah. My dad was like, "It's great. We know he wasn't switched at birth because all the other babies are wah, wah," and then he's back there, wah.
Damn, it sounds like a fucking Christopher Nolan movie soundtrack.
Oh God. Thankfully, they sell really big pillows, though, man. So when I cry myself to sleep, it's okay.
on your big pillow."
On my big pillow. So, while all the townsfolk are leaving, some stranger, well, he's just getting there because we see a big boat out on the ocean in a little paddle boat with a gross, fucked up looking Ben Foster. He looks pretty damn rough. And I love the subtle nod to Dracula here a little bit.
The ghost ship, all the crew are dead.
Yeah, except this is more like...
he's like Renfell.
Yeah, it's Benfield.
Oh.
I was so happy with myself when I came up with that.
That's too easy.
I stopped taking the notes and I looked in the mirror that I have next to me and I just said,
at all
yeah.
times.
Big mirror.
The giant
Really
mirror
big.
at all times.
The giant mirror. The fun house mirror that makes my head look normal. But thank God I'm tall, man. I was thinking about this.
I don't care how much it is, we're buying it.
I worry for my youngest daughter because you take your kids into their appointments and the doctors do all the measurements and everything and then they're like, all right, so they're normal for this. They get to her head size and they say she's in the 95th percentile for the size of her head.
What are you taking to fucking German doctors in 1920?
No, they do that.
They do
That's
that,
normal.
Tim.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, if you have insurance, they check on your kid every once in a while, Tim. Jesus.
Damn, all the times that my parents took me to the emergency room, they never measured my head.
Hey, shocker.
Yeah.
Both my kids are short.
They just gave you like a Flintstones chewable and a rat turd and told you to leave. They're like, he'll be
Flintstone
fine.
vitamins are good. Yeah, I
Yeah.
used to eat them like candy.
How many kids OD'd on those?
Yeah, just pissing bright orange.
Fuck, I always hated the orange one. Out of all the candies, I hate orange candies the most.
They're pretty bad. That's true. I don't like artificial banana flavored stuff. That
No.
bugs the shit out of me. That and grape. Fake grape fucking
No,
sucks.
lemon
too.
and cherry are the ones that the candy makers can always get the flavor down. Everything else after that's kind of like iffy.
You know what they can actually do really well is peach. I was watching this.
Yeah, peach, yeah.
Yeah, I was watching this thing about that, the taste makers or whatever they called it. I forgot, but it's about how they make artificial flavors. And they grade how complex a flavor is by the number of esters that are found in the flavoring. And surprisingly, peach is like really simple. It's like a very uncomplicated flavor. Chemically, I mean, how it tastes, maybe that's different for you. But yeah, they always do a pretty good job on peach. Always fuck up banana, though, man. So anyhow, Benfield makes his way into town. And then we get introduced to the cast. So we've got Eben, Josh Hartnett, takes a little puff out of his inhaler. And I was like, yeah, that hits close to home. I grew up with asthma. I still suffer from it, and it fucking sucks.
Does it come back in the movie?
The inhaler?
Yeah.
Yeah, to almost no consequence. So
Very true.
We'll
True.
get to that. Then we see his partner, Billy, and they're investigating a string of vandalisms.
Oh, you know, I hate Billy right off the bat. You know why? Because he looks like a fucking long-hair Ellis from Die Hard.
Yeah. Oh, my. You know what? You're right.
I could
He's
see
just
him
not-
walking up to Danny Houston and go, Booby, let me
Yeah.
make you a deal.
He's just not coked out enough, ironically, because when my wife lived in Alaska, she knew a lot of the guys that worked like on the boats and shit out there. Boy, did they like their coke.
Come
And
on.
meth.
And meth.
That's kind of like a fucking dumb thing to even have to ask. Are they on fucking meth, speed, or coke?
Yeah. Well, Billy, it doesn't seem to be, though, until the end when he's going through the DTs. So, yeah, they're investigating this weird string of vandalism that oddly takes place on the last day of light. And oddly, when the stranger arrives. You see, somebody took all of their satellite, not cell phone, satellite phones, which is fun that they specified that.
Yeah. I mean, there's a town 20 minutes from where I live here that has no cell phone coverage. It doesn't matter who your carrier is.
Mm-hmm. I have Sprint, so I know how that is pretty much everywhere in America.
That's funny because I have T-Mobile, and I know the closer I get to my actual house where I live, the worse my fucking cell phone coverage gets.
Same. Thank God for Wi-Fi, man.
And I have a booster inside my house too.
Yeah, that shit just doesn't work, man. They got to figure it out. Because now T-Mobile is Sprint, so we're on the same network now, Tim.
Oh boy.
Or no,
Just
sorry.
Go out and get fucking boost.
Sprint is T-Mobile, I mean. The other way around. They bought them out.
That's right. They went magenta.
Yeah, they sure. Did you get your free year of, what was it, Apple Movies or whatever? Apple TV?
You know what's crazy? I got the free year for Apple TV from something else I joined. I don't know what the fuck it was, and I don't think I watched any fucking thing at all. I think I went to the menu, I looked at the shows. I think they had Space at the time. I think that was like the big thing. But even today, because there's some other thing that's coming to Apple TV. I'm like Stephen King or something like that, which I'm like, oh shit, I'd want to watch it, but it's on Apple TV. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, it's a pretty shitty service. So here's what's going on. They took these satellite phones and burned them. So and I do love Eben I understand why he's the sheriff. He's quite the detective. He's like, this doesn't really add up, you see, because if kids had done it, why would they have burnt them? They would have left a note that said, fuck you, mom and dad, or whatever. Nobody sold these and nobody ran up the minutes on it or anything. Interesting.
Yeah, that's a good point.
What the fucking minutes cost on a satellite phone? Jesus Christ, that bill.
Yeah, that's got to be ridiculous. So then we see some of the other things that happened around here, which are someone done mutilated all the sled dogs.
Oh man, that was rough.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's not too graphic, but still pretty rough.
They just show the dog get stabbed, and then 5 minutes later, they cut to the mutilated bodies of the dog. Seed, you hack.
Well, because it looks like the way that they killed the dogs, like they fucking ripped their jaws open.
Yeah, it does, dude. They fucking ripped the goddamn muzzle apart. Poor dogs. What'd they do besides being an effective means of transportation out of the
That's
town?
exactly what they did. How dare they?
And then we find out that somebody also gutted the dude's helicopter and tossed all of the parts of it into
the thing,
mulcher.
isn't it?
Yeah. Huh. Strange.
Which
how
I just
all
want
of
to say
these-
this because I tweeted it and it doesn't get enough attention. I
Well,
asked the question
except-
whether or not. Hold on, Ken. Let me get the joke out, then you can do
sorry.
it.
Okay.
Whether or not the thing is the longest cold opening to a horror movie ever.
Yeah, I said nope, no Tim, nope.
No, Tim. Nope. You don't get that one.
Yes, I do. Kind of.
Okay, you kind of get that one.
But I was going to say, it's the inverse here, though, because instead of the thing trying to leave, they're trying to keep everybody in.
Yeah, they're just trying to isolate and contain their cattle. They're herding them all up. We'll find out. While this is all happening, Eben's estranged fire marshal wife is in town, trying to do whatever her fire marshal thing is in town. What did they say what it is?
She says something about she has to check all the equipment before the 31st.
I imagine it's
like,
probably
why is everybody waiting until the last minute to do everything in this fucking movie?
Well,
Yeah.
she has a reason for waiting until the last minute to go to the last town.
Yeah.
She does have a personal reason. Plus, it's probably a safety thing because they're pretty much isolated until, the end of January, I think.
All right, here's a question. Why?
Why can't
Unless
they
it's
travel?
a major snowstorm for 30 days, why would they be cut off from the rest of civilization for 30 days? If there's a major snowstorm, I understand. But it doesn't look like it's one of those scientific expeditions in Alaska, where it's like, all right, if you need to have your kidneys taken out, you're tough shit out of luck because there's nobody's going to get there you for 3 months because of the weather. So, unless it's a major snowstorm, why can't the helicopter that's there or a plane fly in and out or fucking, what's the thing from The Shining? The fucking big snowmobile thing.
Well, they're probably planning for the worst. So they're probably thinking, like most, safety people, they're like, well, let's think of the worst situation. What if these people were completely isolated and we can't reach them and someone's gravely ill or injured? We need to make
Well,
sure they can take care of themselves.
I only mention because later on, when she misses the airplane, she's like, "Oh, I'm stuck here for 30 days." And I'm like, "You don't know that. It's possibly 30 days, but so what? If the snow is really, really bad, as long as there's sunlight, the plane's going to be able to get there. Like there's things called radar and flying by fucking instruments, right?
That doesn't really work in a snowstorm, though. That's why they land planes in snowstorms.
Yeah, if there's a
but
snowstorm,
it's not like you're having the
definitely.
perfect storm, pardon the pun, of 30 days of night and 30 days of snow.
But they plan for it just in case, because that's what safety people do, Tim. They don't think, oh, they're probably going to be okay, so we shouldn't plan for the worst situation.
No, it's just
that's when it happens.
I just thought that the 30-day timeline was like, that's it, we're cut off, just because of it being, there's no sun.
Well,
it's a little bit, but again, I get it. It's a good premise.
Yeah, and the thought is that they aren't even necessarily cut off, but these things that the vandal are doing cuts them off. Making it so they can't communicate with the outside world would mean that nobody's going to send a helicopter or a biplane or something up there. But yeah, to your point though, Tim, if she got stuck up there and they still had communications, she could charter some private plane to come up there and pick her up. Like, I don't know if she can afford it on the fire marshals.
She wants to get back together. She wants to do a Jenny from Forrest Gump.
She doesn't, though. She wants to get the fuck out of Dodge and not talk to him until she needs him. Women, am I right?
That's what I say, Jenny from Forrest Gump. I hate that bitch.
I hate that movie. So, yeah, I love this one. That she's trying to drive off, right? And make it to the airport. And what the fuck? What was the name of the damn thing? The thing that Ram jams into her. Because it comes back into play later, and it's fucking amazing.
I can only imagine that's used to cut down trees.
It's a trencher.
Is that what it is?
Yep, it's used for cutting out big chunks of ice and shit into the ground.
Makes sense. Now I can see it. Okay.
So basically, imagine, for the listeners, imagine a giant chainsaw that's used for cutting through ice that's attached to like a fucking backhoe, basically.
So it looks like a big
attached to heavy equipment.
Yeah, it fucking rules. If I had seen this thing remember the show where they used to fight the battle bots? Bam, bam, and beat the shit out.
Champion. That's it. This is Mike Tyson.
Yeah. I mean, Killdozer ain't got shit on this thing. So this thing just blindsides her ass. And she's like, what the fuck? Gets out of her car that's dead. Her car is dead now. It's just never going to live again. And this dude jumps out of the jumps out of the kill driller or kill saw.
The ice cutter-upper.
Jumps out of the ice cutter-upper. And dude's all like, hey, I'm sorry, the brakes froze up. Man, any vehicle for the brakes to fuck up on, this is the last one you want that shit happening.
Maybe you should maintain that shit a little bit better.
Yeah,
no, I think he did it on purpose.
Oh yeah, you think this was a setup?
Well, it does seem like everybody in this town is setting shit up so that she has to stay there and talk to Evan.
You gonna tell me you're driving in the middle of fucking Alaska on a fucking whiteout road and these two collided with each other?
Well, he said his brakes failed, Tim.
Okay, I don't know. Plus, the other thing, his name is Mordecai, and in my opinion, you can never trust anybody named Mordecai.
Was it Mordecai or Ezekiel?
No, it was Mordecai.
That's his brother, probably.
Mordecai. Yeah, Ezekiel had to have been the brother. So, you don't like the bird then on regular show, Tim?
What?
Never mind.
The bird on regular show?
Regular show is an animated
cartoon.
Show.
It's a cartoon.
It's a cartoon on Cartoon Network, and there's a bird that's the main character. His name is Mordecai.
I'm an adult, okay? I don't watch that shit.
I watched that
adults.
Show.
It's fucking great, Tim.
You have kids, so you kind of have an excuse to watch cartoons and shit like that.
Yeah, you kind of do. But I watch Metalocalypse. That's fucking animated.
Yeah, that's a cartoon.
Yeah, Tim. So South Park, Tim.
hate South Park. I don't think I've ever seen more than maybe a total of half an hour of that show.
That seems so up your alley. I'm surprised you hate it.
See, it's always surprising the things that people think that would be my thing or up my alley are the ones I hate the most.
Sissy Tim is more of a Simpsons guy.
No,
Up
he's
until
more
like
of a
the 10th or
Futurama.
11th season. Oh, Futurama's great.
Yeah,
Yes, I
Futurama,
love it.
yep.
When fucking Ben the shit out bricks, I was like, I love this fucking show.
You're a simple man of simple tastes,
Yeah.
Tim, and I'm right there with you.
The what if machine? Come on.
Yeah, the dog, right?
Oh, let's just say, come on, see?
We were having fun, Eddie. Come on.
Oh, okay.
We just got past all the fucking dogs in this town getting killed. Now you're going to mention boy.
Hey, it's a dog-heavy episode. What can I say? So, yeah, Mordecai almost kills her with this fucking death machine of his. And then he's like, shit, well, can I borrow your phone at least so I can call up Eben and have him give me a ride? Because now the chips are down, so I need him. So she calls
Jenny
him up.
vibes. Tell
Yeah.
me, man. She's Jenny.
But homie don't play that because he's like, look, bitch, I ain't going to take you nowhere. Billy, you can go pick this shit up. And by the way, if you actually want to talk to me, let me know. I'm like, damn, that is ice cold even for Alaska. Fuck. So then night falls, and when the sun is away, the vampires will play.
Well, we get the whole thing about how when this happens, all the teenagers, they go to a certain point to watch the sunset for the last time in 30 days, and everybody fucks. Except for your wife, I mean. Not her.
No,
She didn't
it
do
was...
that.
No, because he said, well, let's pretend his wife's name's Betty, right?
I think it was Peggy.
Peggy, perfect.
Is Peggy the town snowmobile? Everybody's taking her for a ride?
She's giving everybody a ride. Yeah, I guess. Tim, no, it's a pretty funny joke, though. He's like, yeah, I took Peggy up here for our first date. And he's like, yeah, everybody did. I mean, not Peggy, for their first date.
He meant Peggy. She's
they all
the town snowmobile.
They all fucked Peggy.
See, if there's any place else, she'd be the town bike. But
well, what else is there
Alaska.
to do in Alaska when there's no sunlight for 30 days? You're probably fucking like crazy.
Yeah.
You think there'd be more people in Alaska then, right?
Well, there were 600 and 500 of them left. Remember? Because he had to go change the sign. Tradition. Nobody can see the sign, but we got to change it. Oh, well. So that's why, maybe that's why they have that racially insensitive
Okay, so wait,
term.
hold on a second.
Okay, go ahead.
At that point, they stole all the satellite phones.
And burned
Even
them.
from the people who were leaving? Or just from the people who were staying?
Just the people who were staying, I guess. Well, actually,
how do they know who's staying and who's leaving and whose cell phone to take or a satellite phone?
Look,
I like this movie. I think it's a great movie, great premise. But that is a plot hole. Part of my job.
Yeah. You know what though? I think the marching orders are: if you see a satellite phone, take it and destroy it. Why would you leave any?
That's true. Why would you target which ones to take? Just any that you find.
Just take them all.
Just make them really hard to find.
So my joke I was going to point out is maybe all the fucking up there is why they use that racially insensitive term for people who have had sex with the same person.
What?
Oh my God, I know what he's talking about because I'm 53 years old.
Candice,
thank God you just said what.
Yeah.
Candice, be happy you just said what.
The correct way to say it would be Inuit brothers. So like you could say
never heard that.
Your husband and Chaz are Inuit brothers.
See, I kind of heard maybe I'm misremembering it, but I think it was that and then I thought it was cousins.
What?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard it as cousins, but
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Look, it's been a long time since I've heard that expression because thank God, but
so that frozen no, they call that a Klondike bar now, don't they? They used to call that holy shit.
Whoa, wait a second. I'm gonna look up on Urban Dictionary. What's a Klondike bar?
No, did they used to call that an Eskimo pie, right?
What are you talking about?
No,
an
Eskimo pie you would have to do when it's like maybe if you like 14 degrees below zero, and then you did that, and then then it would look like an Eskimo pie.
Motherfucker, look this up, you piece of shit. Eskimo pie was an ice cream that changed the treat's name. Tim, I'm not crazy. It's just like
I thought you were talking.
I thought you were talking about giving our cream pie in the middle of Alaska.
God damn it, Tim.
Yeah, I
no,
thought you said You said Urban Dictionary, so I thought you were talking about some raunchy sex move. I didn't think you were talking about innocent ice cream pies.
Right. So I'll just say it. Eskimo brothers used to be a term for men who had sex with the same partner at different points in time.
See, and I kind of remember it. Maybe it's a Mandela effect.
Maybe.
As Eskimo cousins. Because Eskimo brothers, that's kind of fucked up.
No, that's...
If you and your brother bang the same chick, like, I don't know. That's weird on a lot of different angles.
No, it's not your brother. It's just anybody. Eskimo cousins is if you and a guy both bang the same cousin. That wasn't so popular in Alaska. That was more like a Mississippi thing.
I'm sure we're going to get somebody going to tweet at us.
Yeah.
One way or the other, whether it's brothers or cousins, or we're canceled because we said that.
At the end of the day, just like the Fast and the Furious taught us, it's all about family. Brothers, cousins, it doesn't matter.
Fast and Furious and Pornhub taught us it's all
about family. Yep.
Whether you want it or not.
So speaking of all the banging that's going to be going on, first of all, I before we get to this one, the vampires, we don't see them for the first half hour, right?
Nope.
We see...
it's kind of a slow approach of the vampires.
It's really weird because usually in horror movies, you're supposed to see the killer, the villain, the monster, whatever, for
in the first,
15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't do that here, though. But what we do get is we get old Gus at the electricity factory. He hears a something, goes out to investigate it, and he gets surrounded by them, but we don't really see them. They're always kind of off screen, you know? And then they rip the shit out of him apart. And one thing I got to say with the practical effects and special effects, because there's, some digital in here, and most of it's pretty good, but the blood effects in this are very good.
Yes, the only problem I have with the effects is the fires. Other than that they did everything fucking beautifully. The
fires and then the very ending CG is really bad, but we'll get to that. So yeah, they're not classy vampires. They're brutal vampires, and they rip old Gus apart. Then the next kill that I have on here is a couple of pipe fitters, I think, playing paper, rock, scissors over who gets to bang this woman.
Well, they're gonna be fucking pipe fitter cousins.
I mean, she seems okay with it, too.
Yeah,
it's the wintertime. Come on, right?
Yeah, look, man.
Plus, there's a shortage of women in Alaska in general, so she's got the pick.
She picks those
anybody.
Two?
Yeah.
Come on. You don't pick Josh Harlot?
Josh Harlot?
Well, he's moping over his
Whatever
wife.
His name is, yeah.
Josh Harlot.
I don't know, Candice. If you had your pick between the Pipe Fitter brothers or Josh Harlot.
Well, I would definitely go the harlot route. Yeah, that's true.
That's good.
Well, he's easy.
Wait a minute. Yeah, true. So I love they're going to play paper, rock, scissors over her, but one of the guys gets yanked off by a vampire. No, not his dick.
He got yanked off by somebody.
Not pulled off.
No, he just fucking and I love this move of them just like grabbing the dude and pulling him out of frame. Like, fuck, okay. Well,
yeah, because if you were standing there and you were talking to your friend, and all of a sudden he just like gets yanked. Yeah, just yoinked. How fucking shocked and scared would you be?
Very. I'd be like, I got to get the fuck out of here. That'd be step one. Step two is I better tell his family to go look for him. Like, I'm not.
I'm not doing it.
Well, it doesn't involve me. You notify the next of kin, and then you wipe your hands clean. You're done.
Hey, fuck buddies have some kind of responsibility. Right?
True. Yeah, that is true. Cum is thicker than water, Tim. So,
God.
Wow. Oh, boy.
What can I say? I'm in a mood today. So, yeah, they rip this dude's fucking throat out, and then the other two run off into the night. And we cut back to our stranger hitting up the local diner. He's hungry, but not for pussy. Now he's hungry for a little bit of bourbon or a little bit of rum.
Can I have some rum? His voice is really weird. You don't give me what I eat. You don't give me what I drink.
Well, yeah, because he orders the raw hamburger, and the waitress is like, look, man, the only meat out here is frozen or burned. So
which is weird for a waitress to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, why would you care? I'd just be like, all right, whatever. Here, eat this.
it costs the same, right?
Yeah, just charge him for a hamburger and just give his ass some raw meat.
I mean, arguably, it costs less. Like,
That's true.
I could turn out bowls of raw beef all day. I don't even need a grill for that, Tim.
That's true. That's right.
That's no problem. But yeah, he gets.
And how is this whole thing where it's literally a fucking dry town for 30 days? It's illegal to have alcohol?
It's illegal to sell alcohol, not to have it.
So you just have to stock up on it before the 30
Yeah.
days.
That's probably what
So-
everybody does.
There are weird laws like that around. Like there are certain counties I know in Florida where you can't buy alcohol before a certain time of the day. In Washington, you can't buy anything over 20 proof unless you go to a state-run liquor store.
I am not positive because I'm not that much of an alcoholic yet. I just like to buy my beer. But I think here in New York, I don't think this on Sunday. I don't think the liquor store is open till like 11 or maybe
Yeah.
11:30.
There
And
was
we know why that is, right? That's all because of fucking church and bullshit.
coming
Yeah.
from the the South, the Bible Belt. They're very weird about alcohol there. There's a lot of dry counties. And Walmart, the only thing they sell there is wine and beer because you have to have a special license for
Mhm.
liquor and they don't have it. You had to go to the ABC store. That's what it was called, the ABC store, to go get liquor. We called it Uncle Abacus. Gonna go to Uncle Abacus for the
Uncle
party.
Abacus.
Wow.
Nice.
But then I moved to Missouri and these people are fucking alcoholics. Like Walmart's got liquor, piled up on the shelves and stuff. I was like,
Mhm.
oh my God. There's
Wait, you
just
can buy
as
hard
many.
liquor in Walmart?
Yes.
Yeah.
Here in Missouri you can, yep.
You can do it here in
Wow.
California.
Yeah, it was a culture shock for me.
Yeah, in Florida it was weird. Like like Publix is a big chain down there. You could, or a Winn-Dixie, you could buy beer and wine in the store, but they had like a little tiny separate store that you had to go to next door to buy it. But it was still Winn-Dixie or Publix. It was still whatever the name of the shop was. It was
It was just
fucking
separate.
weird.
Yeah,
And
it's so weird.
It was the bearded curtain that you had to walk through to get your hard liquor.
Well, funny you mentioned that. Utah is the most hilarious for that shit. If you are out to eat and you want to order an alcoholic beverage, Tim,
Oh boy. What's a workaround that they're trying to fool Jesus with?
they have like a weird curtain that they have to go behind to prepare your drink and then bring it to you. You
Well,
can't
then
see
how do you
them.
know they didn't slip you something?
That's a very good question, Candice.
Yeah.
You don't. Not to mention,
Oh,
they don't.
I don't know, Candice, what kind of restaurant you're going to, but usually the waiter or the waitress is the one trying to slip you the Mickey.
Yeah,
Unless
unless
if I get there before my blind date shows up, and
Exactly.
I tip
Pay
the
someone
guy a
off.
little bit extra, and I'm like, hey, come on.
that's a
Jesus
good
told me to
move,
do
Tim.
it.
Just as a woman, I'm always aware of the fact that someone is going to try to spike your drink or, kidnap you off the side of the road for no reason or
Mhm.
walking to your car, you might get attacked. Like these are just
Isn't
constantly
there-
running through a woman's mind.
Isn't there some company that made straws that you can put in a drink and it'll like do like a little bit like a fucking drug test and it'll, like if it turns pink or blue, you know that's something fucking put in your drink?
Yeah, you can
If
get
there isn't,
around that,
I
though.
just
That
came up with $1 million idea.
you can get around that though. It only works for GHB. If you use scopamine, they can't detect that.
Oh, wow,
That's
Eddie
good.
just
Great,
pulled that
Eddie.
right out
It's
of
awesome.
his fucking head. Yeah.
Yeah, let's not dwell on that anymore. Let's just let that go by.
Well, it's hard to find scopamine though. That's really more of a South America thing. And that stuff you got to be really careful with because you can just fucking kill somebody real easy.
Oh boy.
Grows
Is that
wild.
the one where it seems like they're conscious, but
Yep.
they will do anything you tell them to do?
Yep, that's the devil's breath shit. That's
Yes,
Fucking
I've heard
zombie
about
drug.
that.
That's what that shit
exactly.
is, right?
Yeah, Tim, that's fucking crazy shit. And I don't know if those straws work on that.
Eyes of the serpent.
I was making a joke. for legal reasons, I was making a joke.
What does it say about you that we all believed you? That you would do this, you would know this.
Yes, I
Okay.
remember one time on the show, Eddie asked me really quick, like, what's the age of consent in New York? And I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, good thing you don't know.
Yeah. So, oh my God, there's another podcast I listened to, and Michael
dare
Ian,
you.
Michael Ian Black is on it, and the co-host brought up a point because Michael Ian Black did a commercial apparently, and he was supposed to take a bite of something and look like he really enjoyed it, and the other co-host says that's terrible for you because you have an inability to seem sincere. And I was like, holy shit, that's exactly what I have. So I went to my wife and I said, is this guy just described Michael Ian Black like this? She's like, that's like you. And I'm like, motherfucker. Okay, well, good. It works for being funny. It doesn't work for, I don't know, talking to cops.
No,
Eddie has
officer.
never talked himself out of a ticket.
No.
He's only gotten searched.
No, I don't got shit on me, officer. I promise. Yeah. So Evan pops in, though, speaking of cops, and he saves the day. He tells old Maniac Boy, look, why don't we just go outside, Mr. Benfield? And Benfield starts resisting. So instead of shooting him like most cops do, instead, Stella goes to shoot
Well,
The
he's
him.
only
white.
thing that's black about that guy is his teeth.
True, he is white, so he's okay. But not to fire marshals, though, because Stella pops a gun up to the back of his fucking head, and it's like, yeah, all right, well, never mind, you can cuff me. I like that he asks her, like, so the fire marshal's office lets you carry that? She's like, well, that's the funny thing, I never asked. So,
Good point.
yeah.
Well, I mean, she's kind of a gorgeous woman who's going around and to faraway places to inspect fire equipment, so she probably needs a gun on her.
I've always said women should be able to carry guns concealed. Every one of them, at the age of 14, should be given one. But only women. It'd solve a lot of
Okay.
problems, let's say. So yeah, they cuff him, take him back to the station. Stella wants to tag along, and there we get to meet Evan's brother and grandmother. And Tim, or Eben. It auto-corrected to Evan because Eben is not a name.
Yeah, it is kind of a weird name.
I
Unless-
just have written down stupid fucking little geek ass fucking Mark Zuckerberg look.
Yeah, Jake. And is Eben short for Ebenezer? Is that his name? Do we have a Scrooge?
Oh.
I don't
We have
know.
a Mordecai. We could have an Ebenezer, right?
We could, yeah. But Tim, Grandma's got to be a woman after your own heart.
No. She's got the fuck. That is the cheapest dirt fucking swag fucking weed I have ever seen in my life. When he fucking opens up that drawer, I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Is that parsley? What the fuck is this?
I thought it was
part. It's too
shrooms.
wispy. Yeah, you know what? Yes, it looks like thin mushroom stems with the caps all taken off. So you have to eat like 5 or 6 of those fucking things.
Or like
But-
fucking alfalfa sprouts or something. Like,
And
it
then
looks like
later on,
shit.
we're gonna see how fucking plant growth thing is the most pathetic fucking growing fucking plants I've ever seen.
She probably does the
Yeah.
best she can living in Alaska.
Come
Tim,
on,
she's-
at this point, she's got to be a fucking. If you have UV lights all set up and you have a grow house, come on, you got to know what you're doing. Grow some fucking. Stop growing with silver haze. Grow some fucking diesel, something that's sturdy.
Grow some Alaskan thunderfuck. You're there. It's in the name.
There you go.
Northern Lights. I mean, come on.
Oh,
Whoa,
that's right,
whoa.
Oh, I had some Northern Lights a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, that shit's.
Whoa.
fucking-
Let me go ahead and back up there. Northern
Okay.
Lights came from North Carolina. You
Oh,
can look it up in High Times.
okay.
Ah.
I was just going off of the name. I wasn't going off of the...
Nope.
It's
It actually
like
came
the,
from where I lived in North Carolina, because
Nice.
there's a lot of pot growers around there, because it's the mountains. It's really secluded. Who the
Yeah.
fuck's gonna see them? So people had a
real-
lot of pot fields.
It's a real good spot for it, for sure. And Tim, you just had some? What are you giving it on a 1 out of 5?
Oh, 1 out of 5. Give it like a 4.5.
Damn. Look at you. That's a good...
If anybody wants to get, I should start my own show, pot reviews, right? So that way, like, people will send me pot, like
Yeah.
companies and dispensaries.
Yeah, it's Tim Yobo's podcast.
Yeah, the podcast.
Yeah.
The podcastio.
It's the Baggioed Podcastio with Tim Yobo. Yeah, I'd listen to that. That'd be fun. So no, you're right. She grows some shit because it doesn't even look like weed. Like, I don't need lawn clippings. It looks terrible.
Yeah, it looks like exactly. It looks like oregano. It looks like the shit that you bought when you're like 14 years old and they switched the bag on
Yep. When somebody fucked with you.
you. Yep,
So,
they
yeah,
showed you the
then-
bag with a nice big bud on it. Then, go talk to my friend over there. You do the whole shake hand thing. You pass it off. You don't look at it until you get a couple blocks away because maybe the cops are watching. Who knows? Maybe the FBI is on to you. Then you look at it and you're like, oh, motherfucker.
Yes, the FBI is on to 14-year-old Tim Yobo.
Yeah.
Candice
dime
never
bag.
bought fucking pot when she was fucking 14 or 15. Well, I didn't even
Nope.
start smoking until I
No.
was 18. But
They
even
got-
then, it was still a little bit
No,
paranoid.
I just talked guys into giving it to me.
Yeah, see, Tim.
Oh, yeah. No,
This
don't
is-
get me started on that story.
This is a theory of mine. Women don't buy pot.
Nope,
They don't need to.
don't have to.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the same reason they're not funny. They don't have to.
Oh,
Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm not Joe Rogan. So, it's funny that you mentioned that Northern Lights is from North Carolina. The French dip isn't from France. It's from California.
Wow. Next thing you're going to tell me French fries don't come from France.
No, they don't, but pommes frites do.
palm frites.
Fried potatoes. So, then we find out maybe the reason Grandma's not so good at growing weed, Tim, is she's got cancer. Now don't you feel like a dick?
She has an impetus to learn how to get her shit together
Yeah,
now, doesn't
that's
she?
true. She's got a fucking motive. You want to kill that pain? Get to work, Granny.
Yeah, Granny has to smoke like fucking 38 fucking blunts to get a little bit of a buzz from that fucking pot. I guarantee you, man. It's giving her nothing
No.
but fucking headaches. She
Gra-
probably isn't even taking the fucking seeds out, so it's popping all
No.
over the place.
Granny made a G-bong out of a 2-liter in her bathtub, Tim. She's not fucking with joints. Come on.
Oh, no. You know what she's doing, Eddie? And I just
What?
thought about this right now. She's using her decades-old douchebag that she doesn't need
Oh,
to use
God
anymore, and she's
damn.
repurposed it as a bong. Think about it. Come on. You could do that, right? If you could do that shit with a gas mask, you could do a fucking
If
old
you can do
douchebag.
it with a honey bear, you could do it with a douchebag.
I mean, it's got the fucking mouthpiece and everything already set up.
This is some skunk weed. Oh, shit, I forgot to wash it out.
What are you smoking? Tomato diesel.
This shit smells like pussy.
Tastes tinny, the smoke. What the fuck?
That was that time of the month. So yeah. Oh, God. Where even the fuck are we? Okay, we're back
My
there.
new line of douche bongs.
Yeah. Yobo's Eve. Douche bomb.
Yeah.
I could go horseback riding. I just don't have the motivation.
No, those are the tampons.
Oh,
Those
yeah,
tampons,
yeah.
they were worth their weight in gold because if you bought a $10 box of tampons,
Yeah.
you can go fishing, you can go swimming, horseback riding.
But, yeah. So, no, then all of a sudden the communications go down. Uh-oh. I mean, crazy ass old Benfield
Yeah,
over
like how
there.
grandma says, the computer's down. Not even the internet, the computer.
Yeah, the computer. Well, you know what? She could have been like moving files onto a remote location server rather than the internet. It could have been the intranet.
That's true. She could have been
Well,
on intranet.
No,
An
it's-
intranet.
yeah, because here's the other thing, too, is I noticed this whole town has fucking telephone lines.
Yeah.
So there's no way that they have fucking cable set up. So how is she
Yeah.
using fucking dial-up on her fucking computer?
Yes. Back then, Alaska, yeah, she's on AOL, Tim.
Yeah, 2007. Yeah.
Yeah, she was
Alaska
talking-
online.
She was in some sex chat room with 6ix9ine So Fine and shit.
6ix9ine, so fine.
I was just about to
It's her grandson on the other side of the room.
Oh yeah.
Pinch some of grandma's pot.
Look, just
Using
pretend
a
you're not
douchebag to smoke it.
smoke this and then pretend you're not my grandson.
Ugh.
It's Alaska. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, he
Win
did
in
make
Alaska.
the comment, it's a lot more fun with two people.
Yeah, the game. Oh, well, they were playing like Risk, though, weren't they?
Yeah, they were playing Risk. Yeah, I saw that.
Fun game, by the way. Win
No,
away,
it's not.
though.
No,
Yeah, it
it's
is.
not. No,
Yeah,
it's
it is.
not.
Yeah, it is. So then he's like, all right, I'm going to go check out the communications place. So you guys just stay here, and I'm going to go do that. So Eben drives over to old Gus's workstation, and we see sparks are flying. And we see old Gus's head on a fucking pike. And I'm like, whoa, okay, hold on. Now
Things
we just got
escalated here.
yeah. We just got all fucking Vlad the Impaler on their asses, man. I didn't know Gus was Turkish. So
I get the joke. It's not
I
funny, but I
didn't
get
know
it.
Gus was Turkish. Anyhow.
Crickets.
You know
that
what?
damn soundboard.
Yeah, okay, here you go. I'll give myself some
There you
crickets.
go.
There you go.
Fuck, I missed the crickets? That must have been bad.
Yeah, I made a joke about I didn't know Gus was Turkish because his head's on the pike, Tim.
Can we
Remember
get more
Vlad?
crickets?
Remember Vlad the Impaler would do that.
Yes.
So that before they could get to his area, they had to march through fields of their own dead.
I saw Dracula, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very cool.
The historically accurate Dracula.
Yeah. The historically, he turned into mist. I saw it. So then Eben's like, all right, we got to put the town on lockdown because we've got to
Just
behead
get one
her.
thing straight with that Bram Stoker thing.
Mhm.
Anthony Hopkins
Bram
is
Stoker.
the priest in
Yeah.
the original scene with him when he turns into the vampire, when he turns
Yes.
into Dracula, right? Okay, I just want to be sure about that.
Yep. He sure is, Tim. That was a weird fucking movie. I got to revisit that someday. I haven't seen it in a long ass time.
It's horny.
It's
a very horny
it's,
movie.
It's a horny movie, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Lucy, Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, she talking about DTF. Oh my god,
Yeah.
Throwing it
She got
around.
no way, she'd definitely be Lucy.
it's so big.
Damn
Can
it,
I touch
Tim.
it?
Don't ever do that. You know what? Actually, I'm going to isolate that. Where are we at here? We're at 1 hour and 12 minutes. I'm going to isolate that. Okay. So, yeah, he tells everybody, all right, we got to put the town on lockdown, but that might not be enough because now...
And everybody starts yelling and screaming that their
Yeah.
personal freedom, they're not getting locked down.
I'm not going to wear a mask. You can't make me take a
Not putting
vampire
neck
vaccine.
guard on.
Please,
Yeah.
let's
That
not.
shit.
Let's not talk about this. This is very angry still.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. You have a personal vendetta going on right now.
Mhm.
I get it. Well, we also have a couple that doesn't love each other anymore, talking about having dinner. What the fuck is it? Why is she pissed at the husband? What's going on here?
You know, I don't know if I'd ever really noticed that before, but watching it this time, I was like, wait, why is he so? Why
This
is he
guy's
crying
being
and staring at the TV screen? I don't understand what's happening.
Yeah.
here.
Oh.
No clue. Doesn't matter though, because a
Some
fucking
Alaskan domestic violence. She's beating the shit out of her husband.
vampire flies through the damn window uninvited, like you said, Candice. Just crashes the party, snatches the wife, and drags her ass under the house.
But hold on, are they really vampires?
Yes.
Because the only thing that seems to make them vampires is the whole thing with the daylight. Because
Okay.
and they drink blood.
Mhm.
No, yeah, but you know what? They also waste a ton of fucking blood in this movie.
They like to play with their food.
This is a party for them, though. This is them letting their hair down.
It
Tim.
really is. If you read the comic book, you get a little bit more background about they've done this in other places, other isolated communities, is they'll live under the shadows and hide their
Yeah, but this isn't
kills.
living under the shadow. This isn't
No, that's-
hiding your kill.
That's the point I'm making, Tim. This is when they let
this
their
is
hair
like the once
down.
every 10,000 years, right?
Yeah.
It's like once
Last
every
time was
so often.
Roanoke.
Yeah.
It does get brought up as Roanoke, yep, in a town in
So-
Bulgaria.
I'll give you a similar thing that you can compare it to. It's like going by a different name and disguising yourself on the internet so you can say whatever you want to.
Yeah.
See,
Tim Yobo
no-
gets that.
Yeah. See, no consequence for these vampires' actions. They can fly around wantonly and do whatever they want.
They can't fly.
Well,
they
they
can't fly.
practically can.
They can
I
jump
mean,
really far.
At the end of the day, though, much like Superman, isn't
I
flying
was just going to
just
bring it to
jumping,
Superman, Eddie. God damn it. Go ahead, yeah.
just jumping really far or falling and missing the ground. That's another way you can fly. You just got to practice. So,
Oh my god, that is a dad joke.
yeah, tell Douglas Adams. So, yeah, the wife gets drugged underneath the fucking
I'm sure
house.
he has kids, right?
No, he's dead. So, I guess you could get a Ouija board.
Once you die, all your kids die?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
that's how
kill
it
all
works.
I mean, that's how it works in my house, Tim. I don't know about you.
They didn't know they signed up for that shit. Stop eating those fucking inch-thick fucking ribeyes every week.
That was a good ribeye, man.
Yeah, I know. I ate mine before I even made a fucking video of it, but
Nice. Yeah, I know. I did the
reverse
cool.
sear, it works.
Yeah, I didn't do the reverse sear. I did the French style with the butter. So you just keep scooping it over there with the thyme and a little bit.
I've
of
done that, yes, with
Very
the
nice.
rosemary and the
Mhm.
garlic, yeah.
Yeah,
They
I
always
did.
tell you put 3 pieces of garlic in. I put like 6.
Yeah, you need more. I always tell you not enough garlic. You need an
Never.
obscene amount. An obscene
Never.
amount of garlic is the right amount.
Yep.
Yeah.
When
So,
you think
yeah.
you put too much, put 2 more in.
Maybe that couple should have had some garlic. Then they could have warded off the vampire attack, Tim.
Yeah. See, all right. Here's the thing. Yes, would garlic work on them? Because, like I say, they're drinking blood, but
Mm-hmm.
they don't look like any other type of vampires that we've seen. And yes, that's a
No.
good thing. I agree with Candice. It was, all that time you had fucking the vampire Lestat
The,
between Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise.
The creature effects, they wanted the oh God, what was I thinking of here? On the creature effects, they wanted the vampires to look like sharks, and they wanted them to act like sharks. That's why they're like whipping their heads back and forth, tearing into people's throats, and that's why they have those like huge, sharp teeth and wide grins.
And the eyes kind of could look like shark or alien, but it's just look, it's one of those things with what's a zombie. Okay, I mean, you have to meet a certain criteria. So I guess they can't stay out there in the sun, and they drink blood, so that makes them vampires of a type.
And the beheading thing. Now,
yeah, and look, if Twilight taught us anything, there's different levels of vampires. They could be newborns, right?
They're not.
Twilight. Twilight.
Well, because if you read the comic book, Danny Houston's character is actually from the Amazon, so he's very old.
Oh, okay. So yeah, and that Twilight ripped off from fucking Vampire the Masquerade, by the way, with that kind of shit.
Yeah, plus I don't know why Tim's being so anal about what makes a vampire a vampire. It's a made-up creature. You can pretty much do whatever you want with it.
It's a very good point, Candice. It's a very good point. Thank you. So I'm just going to go ahead and call them vampires for the sake of being a vampire-themed month.
And this is a vampire movie, and they say the word vampires in the movie.
Yeah, Jake calls them vampires, and you can be turned into one of them, and yeah. So yeah, after the girl gets drug out, and dude hides and runs away like a little bitch, we go back to the station where now Benfield is harassing the family, giving Jake shit, giving the grandma shit. Hey, wonder who they're gonna.
Been in jail before. He knows how to play them, right?
Yeah,
he does, man. Because then fucking Jake's like, so what, son of a bitch?
He's such an idiot.
And he throws a little army man at him. He's like, oh, that's cool.
Thanks.
I'm just gonna break this and pick the lock with it. And Jake's like, shit, I guess I better go. No! Runs over to get it, and old Benfield grabs him and pulls him against the bars and starts choking him. Now, I would say maybe Evan's response to this is a little excessive.
Well, he is very close to shooting his brother.
Yeah, but I mean, we did learn in Speed that you should shoot the hostage, but that's usually...
what I have written down. Shoot him in the shoot towards the leg. The same thing with Halloween. Kills.
Yeah.
If that cop just would have fucking shot towards the leg, he would have gotten his cop partner or Michael Myers. In this one, shoot towards the leg.
Yep, but he doesn't. He gut shots fucking Ben right in his fucking stomach, and I'm like, that's a little...
Doesn't he shoot him in the arm?
Yeah, he like wings
him. Arm?
Yeah, it's like a glancing shot off of his arm.
Yeah, see, because then otherwise, if he shot him in the stomach, and then our hero says, nah, leave him for a couple of days before we call the cop, before we call 911, he deserves it.
Yeah.
That would have been fucked up for our hero. So he just winged him.
See, that was the one thing about our hero I liked. Oh, well.
But then he does a fucked up thing because he shoots him in the shoulder and then he takes both of his hands and handcuffs him above his head, which that's really got to fucking hurt.
Yeah, that's going to hurt your wrists after a while, Tim. That's going to be...
the arm you got shot in.
That too, yeah. I guess if it's above his head, though, maybe it's less likely for him to bleed out.
That's true. I was just thinking that. I was like, well, it's above the heart, so that actually would help him.
No, hold on. Dave Chappelle Show told me one thing. Well, two things.
Here we
Don't
go.
Don't be transphobic, like some comedians have turned into. And in the Dice episode, where they're playing the World Series of Dice, if you shoot somebody below the leg, then it's not attempted murder anymore. But shooting somebody in the arm, that's close enough to the head or the heart where it could be attempted murder. Shooting below the knee, it's not.
I thought you were going to say you learned medical lessons from the Chappelle Show, and I was like, there's a trusted source.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to watch when I need to learn how to use
Can
CPR.
I just say this? His last thing on Netflix, I watched it, and it's not a comedy special, it's just a bitching special.
I got that impression. Yeah. I heard the part that's very problematic that people are discussing.
You mean where he tries to do a gotcha on everybody else, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
because
it doesn't really work.
he has out of all the people he knows, he has one transgender friend, so it makes everything he says okay.
I've been saying that about my one black friend for years. But you know what?
I've had friends who are black who told me that the worst thing that you could do as a white person is say, I have a black friend, so...
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Of course. It's a stupid thing a dumb racist said. Anyhow. So yeah, they leave him bleeding, and they're like, all right, we got to go find whoever killed Gus, I guess. So Eben and Stella go out on the hunt, but they end up getting hunted. They jump in the truck, start driving off. Eben's like, wait, I see something. I didn't see nothing. Get out of the truck. He looks around. Stella's like, get back in the truck, motherfucker. Come on. He runs in, dives in, and she just hauls ass in reverse. And we get a fucking vampire on the roof of the truck. And he's doing the cool, like, I thought, I'm used to werewolves doing this, but not vampires. Because he's just
doing a tap dance on top of the fucking roof?
Yeah, exactly. Only Teen Wolf didn't get shot for his troubles.
It's Gregory Hines, a vampire, on top of the roof of my car. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I like about the vampires in this movie is they're very animalistic, but they're also very smart.
Yes, very
they
intelligent.
Are very vicious.
Oh, and cruel besides the fact. Like, with what happens in a minute, oof.
Oh,
damn.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing is, sharks don't play with their food. Sharks catch their food and they eat their food, right? I think most apex predators don't play with their fucking food. They catch it and they eat it.
Yeah, because that's just a waste of energy to play with it. But they said they want them to look like sharks, not actually be sharks, Tim.
All right,
there's a difference, right?
Yeah, I mean...
I don't know. If it looks like a shark, it swims like a shark.
They don't swim, probably.
I mean,
I don't know.
I wouldn't call cats apex predators,
Hold
but
on
if they were
Can
bigger,
vampires swim?
Since they're not supposed to be able to cross running water.
Running water, but a swimming pool wouldn't it be? Well, no, because you have a filter, so that's kind of running, right?
Yeah, I've had this discussion with my husband. He's like, "What qualifies
okay, so
as
if
running
you set
water?"
up, hold on. If you set up a baby pool, okay, like what you bought for your kids, Candice, when they're like 2 or 3 years old,
and you just swirl it with a stick.
Yep. Get a vampire in there, because like, look, the water's not running, and then you start swirling it. You make vampire soup.
Wait. Stop. So the beginning, I just need to roll back to the part where you get the vampire in there. You're like, hey, look, sir.
You invite him into the pool.
Look, sir. This is
You've never had this chance before, okay? There's always been running water, all right?
Yeah.
Here it is. Here's a kiddie pool. The water's already in it. It's not moving. It's already still. That's it. It's not holding water, too.
But the thing is, you're telling the vampire. It's like, it reminds me of that movie Black Sheep when they're playing checkers and he keeps getting, and Chris Farley keeps getting his ass kicked. And the dude's like, all right, well, where do you want me to move? And he's like, move there, it's safe.
He's wearing a tiny jacket while he's playing chess.
And he tells David Spade, move over there, it's totally safe. And he jumps and he's like, haha, that wasn't safe at all. Haha. That's like, that's you with vampires in a kiddie pool, Tim. Hey, go
trick
over
those
there.
motherfuckers.
Yeah, no, I don't think you're tricking these guys too easily.
Yeah, they're smart.
All right, so all you have to do to stop a vampire is put a moat around your house?
I mean, it depends on the myth. There's so many different myths around your traditional folkloric vampires, but running water is one of those.
I always heard that it was naturally running water.
It has to be like a stream or a river.
Yeah. So they could get into a pool.
Yeah.
Yes, they could get into a pool, yes.
Okay. Here's the thing, though. Much like Mike Wood, they
What if they're in the pool and a priest comes in and blesses the water?
Well, then they're fucked.
Okay.
Again, Tim, like I said before, that's why there's no vampires in Africa. Because they bless the rains down in Africa.
Shut up.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, a fucking Asia joke. Jesus fucking Christ. Come the fuck on.
Oh, yeah, so they shoot the vampire.
See, even Candice gets that fucking joke, because that's how bad it is.
I did it a while back on the Discord, and I'm still proud of it.
Yeah, I was there for that. I already knew where you were going.
Good. So, yeah, they shoot his ass off the truck. They get out, go back into town, and oh, man. Wouldn't you know
So you can shoot vampires.
Yeah, it just won't kill them.
It just won't work.
All right, here's another question I have. Here's the thing.
Okay.
Look, I'm the spoiler, okay? What if you take a shotgun and shoot right in the fucking head?
Mm-hmm.
Until it decapitates them, that'd probably work.
No, it doesn't decapitate. If Candice, you've never shot a fucking shotgun, have you?
No.
If you fucking put a shotgun
No.
up against somebody's fucking face and you shoot them, unless you listen to Judas Priest, you're not surviving that.
Yeah. You need some distance. I mean, shotgun's not going to do that. Then I think that would probably hurt the vampire. You would not
because
be
we
friends.
see some of them getting shot in the head and half the head
Yeah.
fucking exploding, and that's it, right?
Yeah, they play fast and loose with the decapitation rule in this a little bit too. But Tim, I'll tell you this thing though. If you did shoot a vampire in the face with a shotgun, you probably then could not convince him to stand in your kiddie pool. I think he would not trust you anymore after that.
That hurt.
Yeah.
I don't like you.
You know what?
Wash
You're
your
a
face
jerk.
off. Come on.
There you go. That's how you get him. Give him a moist towelette that you had a priest bless. And he goes to dab himself.
Yep, see?
See?
Oh my god, wait, so yeah, this is fun to play with. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're going to have a lot more fun with these rules, Tim, when we're covering Bordello of Blood, let me tell you.
Oh boy. Oh no, for real?
What?
For real? We're gonna do that fucking movie?
Yeah, that's going to be our bonus this month.
Yeah.
I might have
With,
diarrhea that week.
Okay. I think we're going to have Mike and Bobby on for that one, if I'm not mistaken. So that'll be fun.
Oh, that's right.
That's the plan.
It's a long time, yes.
Yeah. So they get back to the station and problems. No brother, no grandma, big puddle of blood, and Benfield's pissed off because all this time he thought the vampires were going to take him, and they didn't.
Yeah, he's a patsy because they're just using him because he can move around in the daylight, and the whole time they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna make you one of us. It'll be fine. As soon as you do what we ask you to do, as many times as we ask you to do it."
Yeah, guess
Then
what?
we'll make you
we
one of
don't like
us.
traitors, right? You betrayed your whole fucking race. So why
Yeah.
would we trust you to fucking do anything good for us?
It's the classic. You just saw all these vampires murder an entire town, and you think they're gonna keep their word?
Yeah.
Well, no, Candice. He was on the boat, so he saw what happened on the boat. He was the last survivor of that fucking boat. So he saw all that shit, and he fucking bought into it.
Yeah.
He's an idiot.
Yeah, he comes off as a little bit stupid in this, I'll be
Forget
honest
fucking
with you.
QAnon. He's Vietnam.
Yeah. He's just, drinking the Kool-Aid, buddy. So he's like, look, man, yeah, they didn't take me. I'm all pissed. So can you just finish me off here, man? And I'm like, dude.
Right, I'm not jerking you off, motherfucker. Come on.
Dude.
I'll take one of your handcuffs off, but you
First
do
of
that
all,
shit yourself.
We just met. Second of all, I haven't grown to love you in the time that we've met. So no, sir. I will not finish you. But I means to kill him, clearly. And Eben considers it for a second. He's like, yeah, I probably could do that. Stella's
my grandma's dead. I could probably kill you because you certainly had something to do with this.
I mean, you at least were here, and you think it's funny or something. You're not mournful about it. You're not like, look, man, I'm sorry. Nothing. So fuck you. But no, Stella's like, yeah, we better not just kill him. That would be a bad thing.
That would be immoral.
All
you
right.
can't be a hero if you kill a fucking handcuffed guy, right?
I mean, once we get to the people in the attic, I'll tell you who I'll kill
Okay.
to preserve my life.
Every fucking body, Candice. That's what I've written down. I have one line after another. No, kill the old man. No, kill this guy. No, kill the stupid guy who wants to fucking run. Kill fucking Bait Girl.
Yep.
Yeah. All of them are dead meat. And they end up dead meat, so that's perfect. So now we get to meet some of the vampires, and the head vampires giving them the ground rules of what we're going to do.
Was I the only one who turned subtitles on? Because I was like, what the fuck?
No,
Okay.
they use subtitles because
They
they're
do.
speaking a different language. A language they invented for the movie.
Yeah. They
So
hired
wait,
a
this is
linguist.
fucking vampire pig Latin?
This is
Wait, R-A, uye, oinge, ute, ude?
Yeah.
Ilke, everybody, a, in a, they, ounte?
S-Y.
Yeah.
And they earn te N-E-A of a M they.
That's right.
Yeah. He tells for the people who aren't as fluent as Tim and I, he basically says, look, these people are food, right? Don't turn them at all because we're not here to recruit. We don't need more fucking mouths to feed. I'm looking at you, Glenda. And Glenda looks away no. He was cute. What am I going to do? No. Not even Josh Hartnett. Don't turn him.
Harlot.
Josh Harlot, yeah.
The fucking slut.
So, all right, that's cool. Well, everybody get to work. It's crazy vampire feasting time.
It's party time.
And we even get the record
Here's the other
scratch.
problem that I have with this movie is there's 30 fucking days. So, Candice, Eddie.
Yes.
Do you eat all the fucking food that you stored up for 30 days? Let's say you're a squirrel, okay?
Okay.
And you're saving your raisins and nuts for Sunday.
Raisins?
Do you eat all... Well, it's a Jeff Littell's reference. Do you eat all your fucking food in the first fucking day? Or are you going to keep some fucking food for the 28th, 27th, 29th day?
I'm reminded of the grasshopper and the ant, Tim Yobo.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. But go ahead, Candice. You answer the question about your nuts.
Well, I was thinking about it, and I know with other vampire lore, they don't have to feed every single night. They can go days without actually feeding.
Yeah, but the longer you go without eating, the weaker you are, right? If you're eating regularly, you're going to be a much stronger vampire than somebody who eats once every 30 days.
So that actually depends upon the vampire lore, because there's some vampire lores where the hungrier they are, they turn feral, and they're more powerful.
Yeah, and then they're unstoppable.
Yeah, but they're less able to control their impulses and actions, so they'll do stupid shit, but they're very powerful.
Plus you don't see it, but I imagine, because they are smart, and they've done this before, they've probably got a corral of people. Because there's 120 people in this town. I don't think they kill everybody in one go. I'm pretty sure.
You never see that.
No, you see a girl. You do see a girl.
Yeah, but they're using her as bait. All right, this is the fucking Screamers. Okay,
well,
with Peter Weir.
How do you know that they didn't pick her from their corral that they had full of people?
Very good point.
Because you don't see it, and if it's a movie, you have to show it to me. If you're going to do that, you can't fucking just imply it.
I would say maybe this isn't their first rodeo, and they know people are going to go run and hide, so they're counting on that fact that later
true.
They're going to hunt the rest
There's
of them
no way
down.
they can keep track of that many people.
Okay, so all right, so here's the thing, Eddie. Let's say the three of us get together. Let's eat 98% of our food, and let's just figure that the other 2% is going to be running and hiding, and that's what we have to deal with. That's what we have to catch for the next 25, 28, 29 days.
Well, they seem to have fun doing it.
Yeah, they do have fun.
Seems like a game to them.
I'll tell you what the problem is with your logic, Tim, real quickly.
Go ahead.
That would make this movie a lot more difficult with all of the different groups that they're rounding up and having to keep farming for blood or you know what I mean?
Well, I think that's why Blade did it better, because you have that fucking explained where the vampires are farming people for blood and they have a certain thing going on and all the other things. And this one, it just seems like, all right, so what? They're not going to be able to get away with this shit. It's 2007, right?
Yeah.
They're going to have to wait at least another 40, 50, 60 years before they're going to be able to pull this shit off again.
Oh, yeah. For that town to repopulate.
Look, if you're immortal, 40 years is a blink of an eye, but still.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's other towns they can
Yeah, there's
go
other
to.
towns. Like I said in the comic book, it
Plus,
explains
you haven't
they've
learned
done
how,
this.
I'm going to sound like fucking Alex Jones and Tucker Carlson, but you motherfucking vampires haven't learned English yet?
They have,
They can
though.
speak English. The one little girl speaks perfect English.
Yeah.
No. See, here's the thing: is because in this movie, what it does, it shows that once you've been bitten, and then however much time it takes before you turn, you still have some of your human abilities, but you never really see, unless you're watching the fucking experts and the deleted scenes. You never see any of these vampires speak English.
So there's a little girl vampire that's in the store that's eating a person's head that speaks perfect English.
And Danny Houston speaks perfect English. Well, not perfect, but he speaks English.
But They also ask, does anybody know who this little girl is? Is she from this town? And people are like, I've never seen that bitch. So she must have come in with the vampires, Tim.
Okay.
Yeah, they
Or
can
maybe
speak
And she
English.
does have
they
long
just,
hair.
They just
Yeah.
choose not to because
Right.
they don't have to.
No, why the fuck? They don't need to talk to their prey.
O say a they are a ik spay in a ik pay atenlay.
S-yeah.
You know what me and my sisters would do is we called it double German.
Double German.
That's
Oh my god.
Wow! Holy shit, Candice!
what we would do when we would talk about people in front of them we didn't want them to know. That's what we would do.
It just sounds like you got phlegm.
Well, guess what, Candice? They knew.
I'd call it double Flemish.
But they didn't know what we said.
They're like, that bitch is speaking in tongues, burn her.
Yep. I'm gonna say it can't be good. It sounds like you're laughing at me, and since I'm a man, that should be worrying.
That's true. Well, this whole town has just gone to hell in a handbasket because there's fucking, as Tim Yobo would put it, not vampires running around feeding on everybody and sucking out their blood. He's not even, or they're not even rationing the blood. They're being irrational.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
It's like fucking binge eating, right?
Yeah. Oh, what if one of them's bulimic vampire? It's gonna go puke.
Ooh. What if you're bulimic and anemic? Oh my fucking god.
Oh, the poor vampire. That would be terrible.
Can you turn an anemic person into a vampire?
That in Vampire the Masquerade, they have these things called thin bloods, and it sucks to be them because like they have to feed, but they don't even have fangs. Like they have no vampire powers. They just suck.
That would suck. That would
Damn.
be the worst.
Yeah, that's when the generation is too diluted on the particular vampire progeny. And
Is
then
it
they
incest?
No, because like if you're, let's say, 11th generation, so the 10th generation turned you, the 9th generation turned them, and then you go and you turn somebody.
It gets weaker and weaker.
Yep. The blood
Just like an
thins
interview
out.
with the vampire.
Exactly. I wonder where Vampire the Masquerade got a lot of that from.
Who knows?
Eben and Stella decide, all right, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to make it to the diner. We're going to meet up with all the rest of the survivors and hatch up a plan here. The idea is to go over to Kelso's office, or attic, sorry, because apparently he's got this really cool attic.
That nobody can see, nobody knows about, and all the teenagers
The
will party
only
there.
fucking one, yes.
Yep. And we're going to sneak over there. So you, Billy, in that crew, you guys go over there. What we're going to do is we're going to go get a bunch of bear traps and flares so we can slow them down. And I'm like, I don't know if the bear traps are really going to be that effective.
Okay, really, for real. At what point, as an atheist, myself, do you have to realize these are fucking vampires and you have to play by fucking vampire rules?
That you need to start blessing things.
Oh,
do bear traps ever fucking work in fucking vampire stories?
They do for a minute in this one. They help. So
Yeah,
I'm
bullshit.
conflicted in this one because I'm an atheist, but I'm also ordained like Bobby is with that church.
Wrong
Hey,
church.
so no, hold on,
No.
Candice, that is right church.
Yes.
You believe you're part of the church, but you do not believe in any of the fucking bullshit that they're fucking spewing. That's
Yeah,
the best
No,
part of the church.
No, I mean for purposes of fighting vampires, I don't think blessing things in the name of Satan's really going to help you.
Okay, so that's the other one. No, the Universal Life Church that Bobby is ordained through, that's not the temple of the Church of Satan. I am also a priest through the temple of the Church of Satan. That's true. So there's this weird irony going on with it.
Wow, you nullify yourself.
I do.
Eddie doesn't matter, Candice. Let's go. So
now you're
welcome
nothing.
to the,
Yeah, I'm out of the conversation.
Candice and Yobo show.
Yeah, the atheist and the atheist. So I guess neither of you matter either. Yeah. Or agnostic.
I think
don't
atheists
know, Candice.
have the best chance of getting into heaven. If there's a heaven, atheists have the best chance of getting into it than any other religious fucking person in the world.
Well, yeah, because if you think about it, if you're religious, then you're picking one of thousands.
You're picking a side.
Yeah. I'm not picking any
And
side.
not only that, but if you're religious, religion teaches you that there's fucking workarounds, okay?
Yeah.
And as an atheist, if I'm going to say to whatever fucking, let's say whatever God there is, I don't believe in you. But you know what? I'm going to choose to live my life this certain way, where I'm not going to fuck over other people. I'm not going to do anything that's really fucking bad. But whatever I have to do to survive, I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Who's going to get a better chance to go into heaven if there is a God? Me or Jim Baker?
Well, now you're bringing up a really interesting philosophical question, which is if somebody is obedient because obedience is demanded, is that more moral than somebody who isn't necessarily obedient but lives a moral life?
Goes all back to the thing when I asked my teacher in Catholic school, if somebody who's Jewish lives their whole life and never breaks any of the 10 Commandments and never does anything bad, when they die, where do they go? And that's as far as I got before hell was thrown at me. And I went, no, that cannot be right.
Yeah. So did you ask him what part of the Bible describes hell?
Come on, I went to Catholic school, and I think I got my fucking ears clapped for that question. I fucking learned. Do not ask questions anymore.
Yeah, that's true. After that, you couldn't even hear the answer, so it didn't matter, Tim. Yeah. So I do. This is such a great scene in the movie, though. I honestly love it because they're like, all right, we got our plan. We're gonna hop in the Jeep. We're gonna drive away and get it going. But it doesn't work out, does it?
No, it does not.
Because what happens,
until you
Candice?
get Homer Simpson.
Well, then the back of the Jeep starts getting lifted off the ground. And they look behind them like, what the fuck? And there's a group of vampires just, playing with it like it's a Tonka truck.
Yeah, and if shit didn't feel helpless already, you're just fucked at this point, right? At this point, they'd just be like, you know what? I'm fucked. Nothing to do here. I can't even. A car won't work. We're fucked. But no.
Well, this is why you need a 4-wheel drive in Alaska, right? Not 2-wheel drive.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
The wheels are physically lifted off and they're strong enough to hold you in place, then I don't even think 4 wheels are really going to help.
Yeah, when the van gets turned upside down with you in it, Tim. I think you're fucked.
Another problem I have with this movie is don't set your fucking heroes or your fucking main characters up in unescapable situations and then have them escape.
I mean, I get in the 3-act structure by the end of the second act, it has to look like all hope is lost. But I kind of get where you're coming from here. Like, at some point, the tension is gone when you just know that there's no hope at all. You're like, well, they're all going to die, of course. It's the MacGyver
with
thing.
Everything that we've seen in this movie so far, how do they get out of this situation? That's it. They're stuck.
In this situation, they get out of it very simply, Tim.
With a Deus Ex.
It's Mr. Plow. That's his name.
Oh, that's right. Homer Simpson shows up.
That name
Is
again?
it Homer?
It's Homer. Yeah, no, it's Bo. The Deus Ex Bo of this movie, man.
Which he only takes out one side of the fucking car, all right?
Yeah.
It's like, 20 fucking vampires on the other side.
Yeah. Yep. He killdozers these bitches with the car. By the way, that earlier, or the Plow earlier, we didn't mention it, but he did get a ticket because it was leaking oil.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And remember what Evans'
Which,
reasoning
if you
was?
fucking a cop in Alaska, how many fucking oil leaking tickets you're going to be able to fucking get away with writing?
Well,
Yeah.
they point out that he didn't have to do that, but he does it on purpose.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. Because he has to remind this guy that even though he lives on the outskirts of town, he is still a member of this town.
Yeah, I just got a letter in the mail that reminded me of that. I got summoned to jury duty.
Eddie, okay, let me tell you how you get a jury duty.
Mm-hmm.
How deep is your commitment?
To what?
Get out of jury duty.
I don't know, passing. Like, man, I won't get paid for that time off, I don't think.
Well, you can either answer in crayon.
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 I like
Or,
that.
Depending on where you live, without saying one way or the other, ask whoever sent you that fucking email, are you wheelchair accessible throughout the whole building?
Mm.
Okay. And you're not saying that you're in a wheelchair, but you're just asking them.
Yeah.
And most likely that's going to get you taken off. And if push comes to shove,
Yeah.
all you have to do is
Stick
and
finger in
forget
their
the
ass.
no.
Stick
Forget the
finger
no
in their ass.
finger up the ass, no racist shit. You don't have to fucking say I don't like black people. That's why I should be on this jury. And you have to worry about getting out of the fucking building. All you have to do is just say that the person that is being accused of this crime reminds you of somebody that you know. And that person is somebody who had sex with your wife.
Mm.
And that is it. You are off the fucking jury. Just say the lawyer, the defendant, or whoever is working on the other side reminds you of a guy who your wife cheated on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. You're done.
Okay. Very good tips for the listeners. My plan is I'm going to get on the jury and then just fuck it up for everybody.
You're going to do rock, paper, scissors with another juror?
Yeah. Hey, we're going to decide who's going to fuck the person. Rock, paper, scissors. No. All very good points, Tim. Very, very good advice for our listeners. And you don't have to do the racist thing. That's a stupid old
Well, the
joke.
other thing that you can do is you can say, and this actually happened to me on a jury, but I got it off for a different reason, is the person who was suing, they were suing their landlord because their kid ate lead paint and developed some kind of disease from that. And I didn't realize that at the time, but I got it off for a different reason. But they lived 3 blocks away from where I lived at the time.
Oh, shit.
So all I would have had to say to the judge is like, excuse me, I probably have seen this person in the supermarket, or I'm going to see this person in the supermarket, so there's no reason why I should be on this fucking jury. But I was able to get off because the guy worked for the transit union. And what I said was, the lawyer asked a question was, does anybody know or have anybody who they're related to who's worked for the transit union? I went, yes, me. And I said, I had an uncle, but he died. And that was it. I was off the jury. And the reason why my uncle died was because he had brain cancer 30 years after he fucking retired. From working for the transit union. But if they would have asked me, I would have told them. My uncle told me many stories about how when he worked for the transit department, how him and his friends, they all worked in the union and they never had to worry about getting fired. And what they would do is they would finish their job that was supposed to take 4 hours. They would finish it in 2. So they would get paid for the 4. But the other 2 hours, they would just sit in the train and smoke joints and drink beers.
Nice. Sounds like a good gig.
Great gig if you can find it.
Yeah. Good work if you can get it. Oh, man. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what my plan is going to be. I'll probably I'll just say I can tell if people are guilty.
That guy your wife cheated with the guy who looks just like the defense lawyer or the prosecutor, and that's it. You're off.
That's pretty funny.
You don't have to say that you're racist.
No. I was just going to say I can identify guilty people by smell.
That's true. Yes.
Yep.
Bring a Penthouse magazine with you and look at the centerfold.
Yeah.
Bring a noose with you and just hang it up, hold it up.
I don't
while
know
the prosecutor's talking.
I don't know about that. Yeah. So yeah, they hop out of the Jeep and hop into Mr. Plow's plow and get the fuck out of Dodge. They make their way over to Kelso's attic. And man, I got to admit, with all the stories I've heard about Kelso's attic, it is a damn fine attic.
It's not bad, yeah. I mean, it doesn't have enough food to last you for 30 fucking days, but...
I was wondering if they were,
there's a couple of people that you could fucking eat.
Yeah, a couple of those people you could definitely use for food. I'm with you there. But I mean, as far
one that would be a little tough and stringy because he's old.
Yeah, but yeah, look, you know what? If that's your first thing, is after a while when you get to the tender, juicy meat, that's going to be good.
Yeah. So a criticism I have of the movie, number one, is not a big fan of a lot of the characters that aren't our main characters. I really didn't even bother to remember their names most of the time.
That's true. They're just there.
Yeah, and then number two,
all might as well be wearing red shirts.
Yeah, exactly, Tim. And number two is this kind of stretch of the movie here.
It's slow.
It's
Yep.
slow. It's really a kind of a Left 4 Dead vibe where we're like, okay, we're gonna hole up in this base. We're gonna try to make it over to the next base. Yeah. So then this is when we get to the bait, right?
Screamers.
Screamers. Yeah. They.
You know, I was surprised by this in the comic book when I was reading it because it was the first time that I had ever heard the term stalking horse. They were like, she's a
Okay.
stalking horse, and I had never heard that term before. And when they explained what it is, I was like, man, that's diabolical.
Okay. Do you want to go on with the definition from the book, or?
Well,
It's a Judas cow?
I thought it was every definition, not necessarily from the comic book, but a stalking horse
Yeah, go for it.
would be an animal that was purposely wounded and left to wander alone to draw out the rest of the herd. Because they'd be like concerned, being like, are you okay? What's going on? And that would let the predators know where the rest of the people are. So they use this, this young girl who looks like she's a teenager and she's got a hurt arm and she's walking around with not a lot of clothing on, screaming, help me.
Mm-hmm.
Screaming. Screamers.
Yep. And they're like, oh shit, we got to go help her. But then homie's like, well, hold on a minute. Look at those rooftops. See the vampires
Yeah.
up at the rooftops? This
And
is bait.
it's a good little touch.
It's a beautiful fucking scene. It is a great fucking scene, the way that they have it set up. Yes.
But Josh Hartnett's character, when he says that, you see him step away and close his eyes and lower his head because he knows he can't help her, or else he's going to endanger
See,
all
this
of
is
them.
why he needs to be an older character, because
Yeah.
somebody this young wouldn't realize that, wouldn't think that, okay? When you're young, you're impulsive, you have to do the right thing. As you get older, that's when you realize the world's a fucked up place, and guess what?
Yeah.
They're going to have a fucking, whatever you called her, is fucking Judas cow. The
A
calf
stalk-
that leads the
A
rest into the
Judas
fucking slaughter.
cow. It's
That's
a stalking horse.
Judas cow's a real fucking thing.
I've never heard that term before. I mean, I believe you. I've just never heard that term before. I think
It's the one that
stalking
leads
horse-
the rest of the fucking cows to the fucking slaughter. That's how
I
they
think
get them in the fucking chutes.
I think
Oh,
stalking horse is
I've
cooler.
heard that one. Stalking horse does sound cooler. Tim just likes calling women cows. So she gets to the end of the
That's right,
street.
I'm English or Australian, whatever. You fucking cow!
She gets to the end of the road, though, and she turns over to the lead vampire, and she's like, look, man, I tried. Again, Tim, more proof
There's
that they
no
speak
one
English.
left.
Right? Because they told her what to do, apparently.
Yeah, okay, so they have vampire Latin.
Well, but she understood what they said. You think they fucking mimed it to her, Tim?
It's a good point.
Did they play
Oh,
Pictionary?
Alright, well.
Was this...
Look, I might be taking a note at this point.
Okay. Well, I just took the note of the line because she's like, look, I tried. There's nobody left. Please, God. And then you get the great God.
No God.
He looks around too, like,
Yeah.
oh, what
He
a
says-
dick.
He says God, and then he like looks around real slow, and he looks at her and he goes, "No God," and you're like, "Oh,
Oh,
shit!"
So good.
Hey, that's a bolo fucking move, right?
And
Yeah.
his claws are
That
so
reminds
great.
me, alright, here's a tangent. Anybody know who the Iceman is?
Yes.
Yeah, the killer. Oh, excuse me. I almost died for a minute. The killer.
No, the Iceman, the serial killer,
Yeah.
the guy who was on HBO,
Well,
right?
technically serial killer. I'd say
Yeah,
assassin.
Yeah, he was an assassin.
Okay, yes. And I think if you watch past point one, he's just bullshitting and just building up his thing.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
one of the things that he had was he was going to kill somebody, and he told them, I'm going to give you half an hour to pray.
Oh my
And if
God.
your God
This
convinces me
asshole.
not to kill you, I will not kill you. And he waited half an hour, and then he shot the
Asshole.
guy. And he's in jail, and he says, out of all the ones that I've done, that's the one that I feel the most fucked up about.
Yeah, you think? I mean, if he believed in a God, like, yeah, okay. I don't
Well,
know.
I mean, look, if you're doing that as a job, you can't believe in God, right?
Yeah, I prefer the No Country for Old Men. Like, let's just flip the coin.
Yeah.
You know,
Keep that coin.
keep that coin. Yeah,
I don't want to keep that coin. What the fuck? It's your coin.
yeah. That coin made its journey here. That we're supposed to do.
What time do
this.
you close? Yo, it says on the sign, motherfucker.
So they're like, all right, well, we don't need you anymore. And I like that, like you said, they toy with their prey a little bit. They just start
Yeah, they
batting around.
slash her
around.
up a bit.
And I'm wondering if this was like a second ditch effort. Like, now you're going to watch us beat the shit out of her. Is this going to get you out here? No. But it is a perfect distraction so that Eben can go try to rescue John. Who's John? Who cares? He's a guy who's under his house. That's who John
Oh,
is.
no, he's the guy from the beginning of the movie. Yes, that's
Yeah,
when had his
yeah.
wife fucking play hide and seek underneath the fucking houses.
Yeah. So he says, oh, I'm under here, but my leg hurts, man, and I'm real hungry. Can you help me out?
He's so hungry.
And Eben's like, yeah, man, I'll help you out.
Yeah, bang, shot in the fucking head, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tim,
Definitely don't hug him.
Yeah, that would be a bad move. But he pops out. Oh, so hungry. So goes vampire and then gets tangled up in the swings.
Good scene.
Mhm.
Good, great fucking, great shot, yes.
Yeah, because it gives our hero a chance to figure out how to kill them. So Eben uses this opportunity.
Chance?
Gives
Shut
him a
up, Tim.
chance, Tim.
Okay.
Not funny. Nah, Eben axes his fucking head off. So much axing in this movie.
Also,
by the way.
another thing that really impressed me with this movie is they're not quick decapitations.
No.
Because in real life,
No,
if you're going to cut
yeah.
someone's head off, it's going to take a lot of effort, especially if you're just using a wood chopping axe.
Yo, Candice, that's what fucks up a lot of killers. Is it's not as easy as you see it in the fucking movies. That's
Yeah,
why most
it's-
people are buried in 2 fucking feet of ground because nobody realizes how hard it is to bury fucking dig 6 feet of fucking dirt out, then fucking put somebody's body in it and cover it up.
Yeah. It's not like Friday the 13th, you know? It's not like one swipe and it's done. So I always applauded this movie for that. It shows real decapitations. You have to put some effort into it, and it's bloody, and
some
it's going
dick
to
in
take a
that
while.
shit.
Yeah, he takes a few fucking swings, but he does it. It works out. I mean, that seems to take care of the problem. So we have, like I'm saying here, it's kind of a classic vampire beheading, killing thing, but I thought you used to have to like fill it full of sawdust and bury it.
Or garlic.
Or garlic, yeah.
Or, I mean, in the New England way, you would take their heart out and burn the ashes and give that ashes to the person who's infected and then would cure them.
What if there's more people that were infected than there were ashes?
Well, what they
It's
did was
lineage,
they would
right? You have to kill the head of the empire, and then everybody else is okay.
But you gotta
in the
give them
real
the
case
ashes.
of Mary Brown, it was her and her brother, and she died, and her brother was dying. It was tuberculosis, obviously, but they thought it was a vampire. And they, took her body, took the heart out, burned it, and then put the ashes in water and had him drink it. So maybe you could just put like a little bit of ashes in each one.
Yeah, that's gonna give you fucking TB.
Yeah, no shit. They clearly didn't understand how tuberculosis works.
Yeah. That didn't work out too well, for sure. So then the head vampire comes up and finds this dude beheaded, and he checks. He's like, shit, fangs. Fuck. Well, I guess this guy got turned. And do you think there's a minute of like, now I know that they know how to kill us?
Yeah, there's that, and there's also, well, obviously there's more people here because who did this?
Right. Totally that. Tim, you sound so defeated.
It's just no. Here's the thing: is I'm sighing because how long have these vampires been around, right? And they're just realizing now that oh shit, the way that we can get killed is getting our heads cut off.
No, they're
No,
not
no,
figuring
no.
that out. They're saying the people have
Yeah.
figured it out how to kill us.
Right. They're saying, I saw somebody figured out the thing that we know, that if you cut our heads off, it kills
Or
us.
you mean remembered? Because up until like what 100 years ago, there's no fucking like guns, so there's no way you're gonna fucking kill a vampire.
That's true,
any other
yeah.
way.
It's a very good point, Tim. Up until guns, the only way we killed people was by beheading them. That's a very good point.
Well, I mean, you want to make sure it sticks.
True. That's the best way to make sure it sticks, man. And then remember that, I mean, we have so many different Chekhovs in this movie. Remember the missing inhaler? Well, here's where
Yeah.
it comes back. Eben
Kind
can't
of.
breathe for a minute, so he lays down. And then he gets up later and he's okay.
So you need a priest to like fucking sanctify that inhaler so he can
Or-
fucking shoot and kill vampires with
As
it.
long as he believes it's battery acid, it'll work.
Oh, wait, hold on. Is this a callback to Stephen King's It? Wait, is he fucking Richie Dozer who thinks that the fucking inhaler does shit for him, but it's really just water?
Yeah, it's just
But because he believes
placebo.
it works?
As a dude who uses inhalers, no, that's they are real.
Well, no, hold on, Eddie. You really have asthma. But if you had a mother who had Munchausen's
Oh, yeah.
and convinced you that you had asthma,
True.
wouldn't a
Munchausen's,
fake inhaler work?
Munchausen's by proxy. Yeah, it
Yes.
should. By the way, Eminem's mom famously had Munchausen's by proxy, and Eminem has an N-word pass, I've heard. So, those are just some extra facts we're throwing in.
I haven't listened to him for a long time, I guess.
Yeah. No, I forgot who the rapper was, but one rapper is like, yeah, he's one of the only white guys.
You know
with
what?
an
That's the
N-word
thing.
pass.
Look, I'll say this as a white guy, 53 years old. If you get a pass for using that word,
Yeah,
still don't use that word.
exactly.
That reminds me of a term I haven't heard in a long time, and I wonder if it's still viable. It starts with a W and rhymes with a bad word.
Oh, you
It
mean
rhymes with the. Yes.
yeah?
Can you say that anymore? I remember
No.
that used to be a term.
No, don't say that either. Anything that
Are we talking about
ends-
somebody who might be confused with somebody in China?
I
What?
don't know.
Well,
Oh, yeah. That's right. The Islamics in China who are
yeah, that's right. Yes, the Chinese government trying to kill them all.
the Uyghur in China.
Wow, we're saying cancel on the two fronts.
Yeah, I was gonna bring up the little parasitic insects that are in the fields.
Earwigs?
No, they start with a CH sound.
Well, hold on, Candice. It's funny that you said that because I know somebody whose daughter just went to the hospital because she had an earwig.
Oh,
And
God,
like-
I fucking hate those things.
Well, no, here's the thing. I fucking put my foot in my mouth because he said something about earwigs. I'm like, wait a second, are we talking about like 1860? He's like, no, my daughter went to the hospital because of it. I was like, oh shit.
Oh, they're very real. They're very
Yeah.
real.
They're pretty gross too, man. Ugh.
But you're thinking of
Look, if
chiggers.
you got a lot of hair
Yes.
coming out of your ears, get it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, I was mentioning chiggers. Chiggers are, Tim, a thing like a tick almost. You ever heard of those? Tell of them up
I've
in
heard of that. Yeah, yes,
New-
I've
New
heard.
York
I've heard
land.
the expression. Yes.
Okay. You can say that, but you can't say the one you were asking about, Candice. That's
Okay. Well, I
that's-
don't really use that term, but it just kind of reminded me of it. I was like, I haven't heard that in a long time, probably for good reason.
Yeah, it was a rough one. Nowadays we just call them juggalos. So we he just kind of like takes a nap and then he's cool. And I think you might be right. Maybe he is a Richie Dozer type, Tim. Maybe he didn't actually need his inhaler. And maybe now he's going to come onto his own and no longer be beholden to the trappings of his childhood. No, they're just going to go to the store.
Well, it's better than the alternative.
True. It's better than dying.
I always wondered when I was watching this, what does that attic smell like?
Oh,
Because
God.
they're pooping and peeing in there, and
Well,
nobody's
yeah.
bathed or like brush their teeth.
Mhm, yeah.
And for now, it's just been...
Teeth are the least fucking problem, Candace. Jesus Christ.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's still gonna stink up the place real bad.
Yeah, it's
How
been
bad is your plaque smell?
7 days at this point.
Yeah, at this point, it's 7 days. If you haven't brushed your teeth in 7 days, I'm sure people could tell you're coming from a mile away.
You're probably going to have some bad breath, Tim. That's a very good point.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Be more worried
So,
about all the fucking shit piled up in a fucking corner, but
That too.
then
they
the
can
next...
smell blood, but they can't smell shit. They can't smell piss.
Well, but
Well,
they have
the
a bathroom downstairs, which Isaac, the older guy with dementia...
Isaac. Oh my god. Oh, he's number one. You gotta kill that motherfucker.
Exactly,
Because
you
he's already
kill him
past
off
his
first.
prime time, and I will say this: the oldest person in this fucking room. Kill me if I'm going to do that, because you know what? My fucking small prostate or my enlarged prostate is going to make me want to fucking piss a lot.
Yep. So he's like, I gotta go. What was it? He was gonna go march off to the next town over. 80
It's 80
fucking
miles away.
Yeah, he wants to go walk to Wainwright. Which walking to Wainwright, that sounds like a 70s
Just tell him
album.
to look at the fucking pretty bunnies and fucking break his neck.
Yeah, or at least tie him up and call it the Binding of Isaac.
Oh my god.
Oh, shut up.
Oh god.
What is it with you?
With wordplay, I love it. So then they're all like, no, you're not going to do that. He's like, that's cool. I'm going to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, all right, I've seen enough movies. We know what's going to happen.
Oh man, you already shit in your pants. Just keep it going. Come on. All right, guess
Look,
what? At least you can sit in something warm. I'm sitting on fucking cold wood.
For a minute, it's warm, but then it gets cold, right? Like,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You have shit sickles.
oh, God.
Remember, the temperature is negative 13 on average.
Candice.
Oh my god! Holy shit! Fucking frozen diarrhea. He's stuck to the place. He's gonna pull his fucking asshole out.
A funnier term is a poopsicle, because that sounds like a popsicle.
That's right. Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, he's got you there, Candice.
Just a punch up on that one. So all of a sudden we don't hear him in the bathroom. We open the bathroom door and he snuck out the window. Then his son Wilson.
Goodbye, dementia, Grandpa. I don't care. Fuck
Thank
you. If you can't
God.
figure out what you have to do to survive, just don't get the rest of us killed, right?
Yeah, fuck him. He can go wander off to fucking Poughkeepsie or wherever
Maybe
the fuck
he'll
he's
give the
going.
fucking vampires dementia, and they will know what the fuck they're doing.
They get infected with dementia.
So funny one with that, again, with Vampire the Masquerade, you can't get an STD by drinking the blood of a person with an STD, but
well, you would need that for the whole fucking 80s and 90s, otherwise there'd be no more fucking vampires.
yeah, but there are vampires who are drug addicts that only feed off of druggies, and if they inject it into themselves, it doesn't work.
Huh, that's interesting. That'd be a fun thing to play around with and like lore.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting little...
Well, that makes sense, right? If you're fucking drinking from somebody who just shot up with heroin, right? You have to get like an extra kick.
You can get
than
high
drinking
as
from
fuck.
like a fucking nun.
Mm-hmm. That's like I forgot the name of the comedian, but she did this stand-up special where she talked about drinking meth piss. Because apparently
Wow.
your body doesn't process methamphetamine very well.
So
and
wait a
most
second,
of
hold
it-
on. No, here's the thing, Eddie. What you have to do is you have to let that meth head piss, right?
Yep.
And you have to let the piss dry in the sun till it crystallizes, and then you smoke
No.
that shit.
She just drank it.
From the tap?
Just lay down, open your mouth.
No, she figured out that it's actually better to drink meth piss than to do
Did
meth.
she figure that out, or did she find that out? I think that's a different thing.
Well, so she was a meth addict, and then she saw some story about meth and how the body doesn't process it, like it
No,
goes through
I'm going to
you.
call shenanigans. Go ahead. Continue.
And then, so she tried it. She peed in a cup and then drank it, and it got her very
So you
high.
got high all
Here's the
over
thing.
again.
No. Here's the thing. She's a meth head, right? So if she drank
Yeah.
her own piss, that would be diluted to the point where she probably wouldn't be able to chase a dragon and get anything off of it. So what she would have to do is she'd have to fucking piss, have 10 guys fucking piss in her fucking mouth, one after the other, to be able to get the same fucking kind of high. That shit has to be diluted.
I was going to make a joke about getting high off of your own supply, but
Yeah,
I mean, I guess
but
we can
Tim-
talk about that.
So you can just recycle that shit?
Tim's just going Trump piss tape level with this shit. He's talking about multiple
No.
pisses.
Like Donald Trump, I want to make it specifically known right here. I do not enjoy piss play.
Okay, good. On the giving or receiving end, Tim is against it. Unless it's your thing, then,
If
you
it's
know,
your thing, I
whatever.
don't care. Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck that shit.
Exactly.
It's just not his thing.
Just
He wants
just
people
don't
to know
pee
that.
on my leg and tell me it's an orgasm.
Don't piss in my mouth and tell me it'll get me high. Tim Yobo. So, yeah, the good news is Wilson and Isaac are out because Wilson knocks Stella out and runs away after his dad. The bad news is this attracted a vampire.
Yeah, no shit. Isn't this what they were worried about?
Yep. But, you know, on the plus side, at least we've got a little bit of an interruption so that Eben and Stella can have a romantic conversation.
Oh, come on. Wrong fucking time, wrong place, right?
Yeah. They're like, we shouldn't have ever gotten apart, blah, blah, blah. Anyhow, there's feet on the roof. Never mind, that passed. Hey, bad news, it's snowing. But good news, it's snowing. Time to move out.
Make a wish. The first time you see snow, you have to make a wish, right?
That's right, Candice, just like you did, right?
Yeah. I hope this isn't ashes.
You hope.
And it turned out to be true, so it works.
You hope the town's not burning down a la Silent Hill. But no, you know what? Eben gets his wish because he gets a brand new inhaler. Oh. So he goes over. Yeah, he runs it. They run over to the store to supply up. And Eben finds an inhaler in the store.
Oh, come on. This fucking small town fucking store has a stock of inhalers?
700 people. Maybe a couple of... I mean, the rescue inhalers, like albuterol, not the
Is the general store
ones.
the pharmacy? No.
Yeah, probably, actually.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, okay, maybe.
That's why it's called a general store, not a specific store,
That's
Tim.
why you also need to have fucking regulations in the state that you live in, right? So the general store doesn't fucking sell inhalers to anybody.
Yeah. That's when the government comes in and starts fucking with states' rights, right, Tim?
And that's why you moved to Alaska, because you don't want the government all up in your business.
Oh, that's right, yeah, because we forgot somebody who wants to live in Alaska because they want to fucking spill oil all over the fucking ground wherever they want.
Well, I mean, that's true. Fuck that pipeline.
Oh, man. And I love the fact that it comes back into play later on. So they're just hanging out in the store, having a good time. Then, okay. Now, I know children in horror movies, especially when you kill them, is very fun.
Yes.
This is pretty cringy for me.
No.
Why is it cringy? As opposed to any other child murder, why is
Her
this one
fucking
bad?
stupid line, I'm done playing with this
Oh,
one.
that's what you mean.
Yeah,
that's not
the
the
problem I have with
point.
this is that motherfucker. All right, unlike in Dawn of the Dead, where the guy just saw the closet moving, he didn't know, and he shot fucking human level.
Yeah.
This guy sees as a fucking kid, and he fucking swings his axe at fucking human level.
Yeah, what was that move? What a dumbass. Then the other dude maces her. It's like in the eyes, by the way, not on the chest.
Just think, hold on, for real. If we were all fucking Claudia in Interview with the Vampire, and we fucking turned when we were like 6 or 7 years old, you're gonna be the little fucking asshole kid, right?
Yeah,
I'm done
probably.
playing with this. That's it. There's nothing left. What's my new toy?
Yeah, the
Yep.
only people I can attract are pedophiles. I can never have sex.
I mean, you could.
Isolate that.
Yeah, but like I said, the only people you can attract are pedophiles.
Yeah, I mean,
it would be really rough to be a vampire child.
yeah, and you have to just find another vampire child to
No,
fall
you
in
just
love
have to
with.
find the one that lets you in.
Yeah, you gotta let the right one in.
So yeah, they mace her ass. That doesn't work. And then they just pick her up, pin her against the wall. And Jake, of all people, that Mark
Nuts up.
Zuckerberg
He sacks
looking
up.
asshole.
That ain't fucking Mark Zuckerberg. He's fucking that guy who played Mark Zuckerberg in that movie as Zuckerberg.
Yeah. And they cut her fucking head off. And I'm like, was this just a vampire fun baby?
What does that mean?
What the fuck? Yeah. It's a fun baby.
Okay, you didn't listen to that episode of the Mustachioed Podcast, EO. I was just asking, somehow the conversation led to if Daniel might have knocked a chick up somewhere and not known about it. And he said, no, I don't have any fun. I don't have any fun babies. So this is just a vampire fun baby.
That's not a fun baby. A fun baby is the one you don't know about. That's the fun one.
Right. So maybe some vampire
That's a found baby.
I call them
Yeah.
oopsie babies.
An oopsie baby. Back into the dumpster behind the prom with you, little girl, because her head's cut off.
Oopsie baby.
Trash can baby. It's trash can. What was the fucking name of the
Prom
Garbage
night
Pail
dumpster
Kids.
baby.
Oh, Garbage Pail Kids are just the predecessors to the Prom Night Dumpster Baby. Anyhow,
There you go.
nobody recognizes the girl, so maybe she came with them, maybe she didn't, or maybe she really just truly is a fun baby somebody had and didn't know about. Anyhow, the whiteout's over, day 18, with these lazy
planes
transitions.
and helicopters can fly again. Hallelujah. Problem solved.
Yep,
Except
we're all good.
no one can reach out and talk to them and be like, hey, we need help, come get us.
Yeah.
Hello, it's been how many days? What day are we on right now?
18.
18. We haven't heard from this town in 18 fucking days. Maybe somebody should go check it out now that the weather's cleared.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Did they have somebody that kept flying out to the Overlook?
That's a hotel. It's not a fucking town.
It's the size of it, this town.
No, this is a big fucking ass town. You got
Is
the
it?
refinery at one end and the
Yeah,
fucking
true.
the residential
True.
area all the way to the other, like fucking city
Yeah.
buildings.
You've got the electricity factory. You've got the place with the plane.
You got the place with some reason it's got a fucking jaws of fucking death.
Yeah, the
What
grinder.
the fuck does that thing do? Yeah. What the fuck?
What
I
was
thought
the-
that was the sanitation plant.
Yeah, pretty much. What was it that they kept
Hold
calling
on, is that town
place?
putting out that much fucking garbage that you need that as a fucking sanitation plant? And that as
You'd
old
be
fucking
amazed.
facilities? Candice,
No, you'd be amazed how
what the
much the
fuck are you
average.
throwing away that you need a fucking grinder like that thing?
Well, they do it by bulk. Because you'd be amazed at how much the average American throws away each day.
Oh, I know.
How much trash
Totally.
an
It's not
average
shit,
American
yeah.
could accumulate.
Yeah, it's not like New York where you just put it on the street and it vanishes, Tim.
Dude, I go out 2 feet away from my fucking door. I put it down and shoot.
Shit, people around here have burn barrels, and they just burn their trash. Who cares what's in it?
I miss a burn barrel, man. That was a good move.
Not dangerous.
Hope that's not styrofoam. Hope there's no lead in that paint in the furniture you just put in there.
Hope that's not a fun
smells
baby.
good though. I don't know. For some reason, I feel high. Oh, now I see the number. I smell the number 9.
Oopsie babies are better than fun babies.
Okay. Yeah, it just
Oh.
smells like pork.
They have fun in their name. Come on.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll have to put up a poll. What's better, Oopsie Baby or Fun Baby? And whichever one Candice picked is going to lose. So,
Probably. People hate
Evan-
me.
Fun
People love
babies are
you.
the ones you don't have to pay for.
that
Oops,
Oopsie
that's the ones you
Babies.
get caught for.
Oopsie
Oopsie
Babies.
babies are the ones that show up on your doorstep 18 years later wanting to know get to know their real father.
Or they end up, wrapped in plastic. Like that's the other outcome of an Oopsie Baby.
Damn.
So, yeah, Evan's like, all right, look, man, we got to get the fuck out of here. Bill nuts up. He's like, all right, it's my turn. I'm going to go make a diversion. And then they're like, wait a minute. No, never mind, Bill. You suck. So
You can't make a virgin. She's just born that way.
No
That's
one likes
true.
you, so you go ahead.
Yeah, nobody likes you, but we're going to come up with a real plan. Hey, wait a minute. Vampires don't like light, right? And it's like, dude, why are you
Oh,
using
God.
the V word? Well, Grandma grew pot. She has UV bulbs.
And that's
So-
the best she could fucking grow? She's doing an indoor fucking grow?
Yeah.
When you start out, you do outdoor, okay? You're not doing it in your fucking... You're not building a special fucking room for this shit.
Especially where they're at, that's most known for being remote.
Yep.
I mean, maybe the climate isn't very good for it. Maybe they need to be able to control the temperature and UV, but
The humidity, and but they're on a fucking cycle. But I knew somebody who used to grow, and like 18 fucking pounds got ruined because he had a fucking light leak in his room, and they thought the sun was coming up at 8 o'clock in the morning and 8 o'clock at night. So that's what fucked the whole goddamn thing up. So you have to really know what you're doing. If you're in the fucking whole situation where you're using fucking grow lamps,
yeah.
you're a professional or
Yeah.
semi-pro.
True. But that person sounds like they had some problems because they thought that the sun came up at 8 in the morning and 8 at night.
No. The plants thought the sun came up at 8 at night and. 8 o'clock in the
Oh,
morning.
okay.
That's
Okay.
the thing.
Yeah, that'll fuck the plans up, I'm sure. So we're going to split the party up. Some of you are going to go to the station. Some of you are going to go to Grandma's place and start the generator so that we can light them up.
Oh God, this fucking.
Evan's move. He
Line 'em
runs.
up, light 'em up.
Evan runs and just starts screaming like an asshole. Hey, come on, you mother! It's a real like Yobo move. He's banging on shit. Hey,
No, see,
motherfuckers!
here's what I would
you
do.
fucking
Eddie, is I would get as
cocksuckers.
far away as I could, and then I would start making sound. I wouldn't get 2 feet out of the fucking door where everybody else is, start yelling and screaming, "Hey, come on, vampires!" And I would also test out the thing whether or not if you stuck a stake up a vampire's asshole, whether or not it would stop them dead in their tracks.
Yeah, that would be a good time to just start experimenting on vampires when you're trying to run to Grandma's place to get the light. That's a good point. Let's get at some stakes, Get to work on them.
Yeah, that's the
But-
problem with this movie. There's not enough stakes.
Yeah, there's no stakes. None of them. No vampire gets staked. It's a good point. Oh man.
Why do I take notes? Jesus Christ.
I don't know.
I'm wasting paper and ink.
I don't know, because especially with this movie, like, again, this is just Left 4 Dead. We're running from place to place, trying a bunch of
Get into the
stupid
safe
shit
room,
out.
yes.
Yep, get to the safe room. He gets there. He gets the UV bulb. He fires it up. All of the fucking...
I have a question. Because this is Danny Houston's girlfriend, wife, whatever the fuck the vampire.
Yeah, it's like his lover
right?
or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is she the sister of the other vampire who they have
Yeah.
the same exact face and the same
Yeah,
eyes?
she is. She is.
Okay.
I have no... I mean, I don't know how you...
What the thing is you have to start a generator up. Guess what? They know how to kill electricity, cell phones, satellite phones. They're going to just fucking take out your generator.
But they do. Like, and he even says they're going to do it. Because anyhow, yeah, the he's holed up in Grandma's house over the river and through the woods, and he grabs the UV bulb. He's like propped up behind the door, and the head vampire's like, "Look, bitch, you go in there." And they're like, "I don't know." He's like, "Yeah, you better go in there."
Yeah, so first it looks like he tells her, like, "Hey, no, this looks like a trap."
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Hey, look, if you want a fucking vampire pussy for the next 2 fucking weeks,
2 weeks,
you better listen to me."
200 years, Tim.
Oh my God.
You're not getting any of this.
Well, for a male
200...
vampire, 2 weeks without sex feels like 200 years. Trust me.
Yeah. True. But so they open the door, and then she just gets the shit burned out of her and falls back, shuts the door, bam, and then he radios him. He's like, "Hey, it worked, but they're going to cut the power off now. So this whole thing with me running out here and getting this UV bulb, there was literally no reason for this to happen at all. Peace." And then Bo gets on the radio. He's like, "All right, well, now that you're a liability, even though you were supposed to be trying to like do something to help our group, and now you're a liability, I'm going to do the cool noble sacrifice thing. Go out to Rogers. I'm toward the trencher. Peace." So the head vampire stoops over Crispy Critter Girl and then does the noble thing of feeding off of her to death. Our hero...
She's suffering.
Yeah. He puts her out of her misery. So our hero runs toward the goddamn road with the trencher, and Bo fucking just is badassing around town, ripping shit apart with a trencher, a shotgun, and he puts fucking bear traps in the to cover his six. So if they climb up the back, they get fucking
Slick
stuck.
move, right?
Yeah. Turns out, Tim, those bear traps are useful. Fucking dope. And this scene of the movie, goddamn great. I love when one of them is on the top of the trencher and he fucking shoots it with the shotgun and it falls back onto the chainsaw blade of this thing, gets cut in half, and then he runs over it. What a shitty day for that fucking vampire, man.
Except for the fucking fire effects. All the fucking special effects in this movie are fucking great.
Yeah. Again, the blood effects are phenomenal. Like
it is a very bloody movie.
Yeah, I mean, crazy bloody. Especially like these kind of early 2000s movies, you get a lot of bad CGI blood. This one's not too bad. I mean,
I
you
don't
see
think
this.
they use CGI for the blood. I think they only really use it for the fucking fire effects.
They don't.
Everything else looks pretty much practical.
So the other thing, and I was going to mention it mostly at the end, this was produced by Sam Raimi.
Yep.
And so this is
shit.
Yeah, this is a movie that Evil Dead made. Like the budget that they have for this, the $30 million that they put into this, that's all Evil Dead money.
Yeah, it's all special effects.
Yep. Totally. I mean, that in Josh Hartnett, he doesn't come cheap.
He probably wasn't very cheap. That's true.
At that time, yeah.
No, he was doing pretty good numbers.
$350,000 get.
Yeah. So, but then, okay, you're doing so good with the trencher. Why do you just ram jam it into the fucking hotel? Just clean out the town.
Until you can't do it anymore, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because
But
he has
no.
all the shit that he needs right there with him. He doesn't need to go into that fucking building, the hotel, to blow it up.
No, I mean, I get the intention is that you lure a bunch of the vampires over, but then,
Has nobody tried to fucking cross in this movie yet?
no.
No,
Oh,
that's
come
not
on.
really a thing
See?
with this movie.
Remember,
well, here's
Tim,
the thing is, come on.
God,
Go
no
ahead.
God.
Yeah,
There's no God
Yeah,
here.
these are atheist vampires. It won't work on them.
But still, at some point, somebody's already saying these are fucking vampires, this or that. You fucking at the last moment before they're gonna fucking rip your throat out, you fucking throw the fingers up, right?
Yeah, or you hold up the
Do that
sticks
move.
or something. Do that last desperation attempt. So it would be funny if somebody did that. That's true. But no, instead what he does is he pops a flare, waits for a bunch of the vampires to get in there, and then he drops the flare into the box of flares, and that
That's
somehow
dynamite.
is it. If that was if
Yeah, I
that
don't know.
was if that was dynamite, that building wouldn't be there.
True.
Like, and he survives the blast standing on top of the box, by the way.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because it gets blown away.
Yeah, he gets blown clear of the blast, apparently. And that's when he's laying on the ground, crawling away. The head vampire just kind of curb stomps him a little, like, but more like a slow, crunchy one on the side of his head.
Yeah, it's better when it's slow instead of because then you feel the pressure building, and at first it's not that bad, and then it just gets worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, come on,
I always
relax.
like a slow crush.
Yeah, I'm with you, Candice. I'm with you. Not that I'm less of the mangler and more of this. Just clunk. The sound. By the way, there's a lot of wet, crunchy sounds in this movie. So we go back to the station, and we're down to 6 people. No, we're down to 5. Because remember Carter, the guy you cared about a lot?
Who?
Yeah.
He was the guy back at the place with the grinder that has family that never visits. And he goes into this.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we're gonna get his sad sack story now, right?
Yeah, go into this bitch ass story about like, oh, my family that never visits. It turns out they're actually dead.
Well,
Drunk.
they got a great fucking reason for never visiting, right?
Well, if you're dead, yeah.
Well,
I
I mean
mean-
Alaska.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they said I wouldn't get caught dead there, and then they got taken out by a drunk driver. So there you go. And he's like, well, and then after they died, I could never get up the strength to kill myself. And remember the little girl vampire? Well, she bit me, so I don't want you to let me change.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think this is a kind of a good thing because what his thing is that he doesn't want to be a vampire because he doesn't want to quote unquote live forever. Which I mean, as a vampire, that doesn't necessarily mean that you live forever, but he wants
You
to
have a better
die-
chance than if you're not a vampire.
true.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you just need to get your fucking head cut off, stay in the fucking sun, whatever happens to the end of this movie. But whatever, he
Mhm.
doesn't want to. He doesn't have the balls to do that shit. So he wants to be with his family, and they're waiting for him in the afterlife. So if he doesn't
Yeah.
die, he's never going to see his family again. So I thought, as cheesy and as hokey as it is, it's actually a pretty good thing.
Yeah. No, I get the point of it. And then Eben's like, all right, cool, let's do this. Let's go in the back room real quick and I'll whack your head off.
Yeah, see, that's a different thing. I don't know if I could walk into the room. You better do that shit halfway through my fucking speech, motherfucker, or don't do it at all.
Well, that's what I was saying.
When I'm not
Eben,
expecting it.
Yeah.
Eben should have done it in the middle of the speech. Just like when he's talking about the drunk driver. Just like, why don't you just shut up? All right. He
You don't
clearly,
want to. You don't want that as your last memory, right?
like, look, he said 5 and then he said he got bit. Like, we're done. Like, I don't need to hear about his fucking family, right? He went out a hero. Yeah, old Yeller's his ass out back, and now we're at day 27. Man, we're just breezing through the days. But I'll tell you, you know how you
Eating
can.
and shitting what? That's my question.
Well,
What
they're
are
in
they
the
eating and
they're
where
in the
where are
store,
they shitting?
Tim. They're in the
Yes.
store. There's 5 people, and there's canned goods.
Uh-huh.
That's
And
true.
who's
They do
have
flushing
plenty
the
of food.
toilet?
No, then they shit in the can and throw it out the window.
Come on, they can smell blood, but they can't smell stool.
Yeah, they can smell stool, but this is Alaska, Tim. Everything smells like shit.
It permeates.
Oh, that's true. Oh, wait, hold on a second. So if you take a shit
Mhm.
in Alaska and it's minus 32 degrees and you throw that shit out on your back porch,
It
it'll
freezes.
turn to brown snow.
So, Tim, there's an interesting couple of things about this. Number one, have you heard of a honey bucket?
Nope.
Yes.
Candice, you've heard of a honey bucket. Candice,
Wow.
please tell the audience, what is a honey bucket?
I mean, I don't know exactly what it is. I have a general idea of what a honey bucket is.
That's probably all you need. Go for it.
I mean, it's the bucket and that you shit and piss in, right?
Yeah, in Alaska, a lot of the places aren't plumbed to like city water, Tim. So they just have like a porta potty that people come out and clear the bucket.
No, why is that fucking associated with honey?
It's one of those ironic nicknames like Big John, and he's actually a small guy.
You know what? Now that whole Halloween Kills movie makes sense.
Yeah, so you've got that fact, and then the second one that I never thought of, my wife included.
In Alaska, people are shitting in buckets, and then somebody else's job to come and get that. Are they dressed up in a fucking beekeeper's outfit? Just in case?
Yeah, no, they're dressed as a giant honeybee, like the guy from The Simpsons.
What was his line? Because he only had one fucking line.
Buzz, buzz.
Ay, Dios mío. No me gusta.
Ay, Dios mío. Yes.
Yeah. De donde está el honey bucket? I don't know. So the other one, my wife included me into, you know there's animals up there that piss and shit all over?
Yeah.
Like moose and stuff?
Yeah.
And squirrel.
Polar
You're right,
bears.
Candice. Polar bears. Penguins are shitting all over the place. You've got the
There's
brothers.
No penguins in Alaska. Those are in the South Pole.
I'm joking, Candice. So what happens though is the season gets to where it's not freezing, and when the season's no longer freezing, the smells that have been frozen all season come out.
Oh man, I bet that's right.
Oh yeah. That's beautiful, man. Beautiful.
So you're shitting in a bucket. Let's say you shit in a bucket half full of water. You take a dump in it. Then you throw that fucking ice cube out into your backyard.
Yep.
And then
It's
3
gonna
months
melt.
later, that fucking melts.
Yep. And it does not become a shit diamond. It becomes a shit scent that covers the town.
Yeah, because
So-
when Tim was talking about smelling blood and smelling feces, I was about to say, doesn't the cold dampen the smell? Isn't it
Yeah.
hard to smell things when it's really cold outside?
When it's
but they're
negative
vampires.
13?
Are they affected by the cold? Because that's a line that Josh Harlett has in this
Harlott,
fucking
yep.
movie
Yep.
where he says,
We'll
we have
get
2
to
advantages.
it.
We
Yeah.
know this town.
And we know the cold.
Yes.
But here's the thing. Does the cold affect their smell, or does the cold freeze things, stopping the decomposition process and make it so you can't smell
The
it?
latter.
Okay,
Right.
so then no. All right, so then you know what? Here's what's fucked up is because then these human beings locked up in a fucking attic, pissing and shitting
Mhm.
in a small area, should
Mhm.
bring out the fucking smell even more intense than the fucking ones who are frozen and decomposing. They're still
Yeah,
giving off
true.
fucking body odors.
But Tim, I think to my point of that they're
Plus, it's
pooping.
30 days. You got 2 women there. Come on.
Oh
Yeah, they
my
would've-
god, Tim.
They would have synced up by now, Tim. You're right.
Yeah.
They've attracted bears, they've attracted vampires.
Yep.
Yeah, true.
There's a reason why you can't work with a lion if you're on your period.
God damn, Tim. So, yeah, you're right, Tim, to the point of that I was making that they're pooping into the cans of food that they eat and then throwing it out the window. Maybe it doesn't add up. Maybe you're right. Utilidor, that's the name of the stupid place with the grinder in it. That's where they're going to try to go to. But before that happens, they notice a flashlight flickering in a window.
Yes. Oh, boy.
Now their big plan, remember how they kept planning everything? Their big plan is that Stella and Eben just kind of charge over there.
Yep. Forget about it. Yep, that's right. It's like Dune. Forget the fucking rhythm. Just run.
Yeah, just run. But it works. They get over there. They find Billy, and he's in the DTs, or I don't know what the fuck, how he's like hunched over from now on.
Yeah, I have written down at a certain point they're carrying him, right? And like, they're
Yeah.
doing like a fucking fireman thing. Like, how is he hurt?
He's insane now because he ended up shooting Peggy and the girls.
Oh, that's right. I have it written down. He did a fucking mist.
He did.
Oh yeah, he did.
Speaking of Stephen King callbacks and callbacks to my intro for you, Candice, he put the girls in the bed and then just shot them in the head.
On day 29.
The season is a freezing. Put him in the bed, shoot him in the head. You're just a poet tonight.
Yeah. And then they just drag his ass out. He's like, I couldn't stand being on my own. I know I shouldn't have signaled you, but I did. So let's go. And Eben's like,
yeah, here's the thing is, he said that he killed his kids and his wife, right? Because he didn't want them to turn. But then he tried to kill himself with the gun jammed. I'm like, yo, motherfucker, you've been in that house for 27 fucking days. You can't find another way to off yourself?
Yeah. If there's a will, there's a way.
if you can sit down, you can kill yourself.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, just sit down with a big fucking knife. That's it.
No,
or just wrap up some of those sheets and then lean forward and do a ligature. It's very easy to do. You don't need a lot of space.
Yep. Doesn't take much. People do
Head
it in
the
prison.
Oven, right?
Head in the
Gas
oven.
is still running.
Classic. All you have to do is have information about the great pedophile global elites, and then they'll make it look like you hung yourself.
Oh, that's right. They show up, and it looks like, oh, wait a second. Did he kill himself, or was he killed? Oh, shit.
The second time Epstein tried to hang himself, and the camera still didn't work. That's good. That's great they never fixed the camera. Anyhow.
Him and McAfee, right?
McAfee.
McAfee got a fucking tattoo that said, if I kill myself, I didn't do it, right?
Anybody could get that tattoo.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they could put it on him after, too. They could, why not fucking laser that shit off of him?
It seems to be a fresh tattoo, though. That's odd.
Yeah. The ink is still wet. The skin's raised around
Not that
it.
I'm like 70 years old, and even if they catch me on the lessest fucking charge that the government has against me, I'm going to spend the rest of my fucking life in jail, so I might as well kill myself.
Yeah, plus I didn't know McAfee was an Armenian man with one leg, but okay, well, I guess. So yeah, they run his ass over, and when they get back to the store, or the station, it's empty now. Maybe they went to the utilidor. All right, fine. We're going to go to the utilidor. What's a utilidor? It's a place where you grind shit up. That's all I know about utilidors. Cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing to add there.
Yeah. And I'm like, by the way, Tim, I'm surprised you didn't freak out about this one. If you're going to leave and go to the utilidor, leave a note, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I have written down, there's no fucking planning, there's no communication,
No.
They don't have walkie-talkies. Like, hey, you know what's a good time to leave? When the people who've been saving our fucking lives this whole fucking movie, when they go away, let's go someplace else.
Yeah, this whole thing fucking falls apart now. This is basically like everybody gets separated and lost. Stella gets separated from Eben. She finds a little girl, Gail, walking around covered in blood. Then she's being followed by a Marilyn Manson vampire.
I have written down, kill that little kid. Kill her.
Yeah, Tim's just killing every child he sees from now on.
You are a fucking liability.
No. At the I'm the new Renfeld. Okay, I'm the new Yobelfeld.
Yeah, you're
right?
Tim Field.
Here's some blood. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
You throw the child at him, and then you take off running.
It's a good tactic. I mean, to be fair, what did it take for that kid to live up until now? Like, you don't know what that kid's been up to.
Wow, that's true.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy
Kid's
shit,
got a
things
fucking
she's seen.
1,000-yard stare going on. So,
Her hair will never grow long.
No. So this is when, Billy runs off. Like, everybody fucks up. Everybody runs away to a weird, random direction. But then Billy decides he's going to run over to the utilidor, and a vampire follows his ass. So I'm like, God damn it. Everybody's fucking up. That's where we're at now. And we're in the third act, and everybody's still fucking up. Shouldn't we be coming together and figuring it out? No, whatever. Eben finally makes it to the utilidor, where the cool grinder thing is running. And, Jake and the rest of the people are here, except for Stella and Gail. And I do like that Eben gives Jake, his little brother, a little like, hey, good job, partner. Gives him the thumbs up, you know. You did it. You led everybody while I was gone. I didn't say you should do this. You know, you could have left a note or something, but
Yep.
yeah. This is when we cut to the lead vampire giving all the vampire friends a pep talk. It's like, all right, here's the deal. We're going to have to burn this place down, yada, yada, because then the whole thing's going to look like a big, dumb accident. And that's when Billy shows up with the utilidor, followed by Gross Nails, the big bald vampire. And we get one of my favorite kills in the movie, which is not the big bald vampire, because of course he bites Billy, fights with Eben, and ultimately the big bald vampire gets chucked in the grinder. We knew it was going to happen, right?
Yes.
Someone was going in there.
Chekhov's grinder.
Chekhov's grinder. The best kill, though, is Billy.
If Chekhov had a
Candice?
grinder, you think he'd be getting swipe left or right?
Depends. So, which one is the one where you keep them?
No
Right? I think.
Right. So they would be right because you check back on it later, right? That's the whole Chekhov's
Yeah,
gun thing.
right. I want to fuck this one. Right.
Right.
I want to fuck this one. No, left. I want to leave her before I fuck her. I want to leave her before I fuck this. So I left.
Right. Yeah. So right. I think Chekhov would have swiped right on his grinder, but when Billy shoves the big bald vampire in there, he also kind of loses a hand in the grinder, and he sticks it up, and you just see the two bones.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, dude, if the bite wasn't already enough reason to kill you, that hand is.
Yeah, at this
definitely
point, he
enough.
has to fucking chuck himself into the grinder, right?
That would be honestly the honorable thing to do. Don't make somebody else kill you, right? Just fuck it. Just lay back is all you'd have to do at
Go
this
on like
point.
a fucking boss.
Yeah. You know how much.
Put those
how-
fucking
how-
sunglasses on, put a little cigarette in your mouth, and fucking jump back. You're like a boss.
You know how much respect I would have for him if he did that, but he doesn't.
More respect than he's probably ever had in his whole fucking life.
Yeah. More respect than his wife that banged half the town gave him. That's for damn sure.
The town snowmobile.
Yeah. But instead, we get Candice. This decapitation, you have to fucking love. Because we swing once with the axe.
Mm-hmm.
And it
Once,
sinks in. And you get the
Twice,
gore.
3 times a head cop.
But the head never comes off, though. It's just like severed the spine and everything, and the gore effect on it. Just you can see light under his neck, and it's like, oof. Chef's kiss on this one. Fucking love it.
Good shot.
Yeah, the decapitations in this are just unparalleled.
Brilliant. And then after that, we're just going to get some chocolates and some vitamins and vodka. We're just having a little snack break. You know, I've often heard that vampiric genocide takes a lot out of you, so you really need to refresh.
I mean, look, everybody's got to have something, right? You're not drinking fucking blood.
Yeah, nobody's drinking blood here yet. So, yeah, the whole time, you know, fucking loser boy's been trying to radio Stella. Ugh. And then eventually she radios back. It's like, yeah, me and Gail are under the wreckage. He's like, what wreckage? You know, the wreckage around
For
yonder.
27 days?
Well, they weren't under there for 27 days, Tim. They were under there for like half a day, maybe.
Still, come on.
So, what wreckage? Well, it's the wreckage by the big statue of the polar bear, clearly. Okay, so...
I want a big
fucking
statue
polar
like
bear
that.
pops, right?
It does pop, yeah.
I want a statue like that in my town. That's pretty sweet.
That's a good statue to have, man. We used to just have the wood carving bears in my hometown. Those are cool too, though.
I like those. I want a wood carving Bigfoot for the front of my house.
Oh, that's a good move. A Bigfoot.
Wow, Candice,
Yeah. Get a
This
skunk
shit's
ape
expensive
out there.
though.
Now, is it going to be
It's like $800.
Yeah,
Is
they're
it going to be a
expensive.
Ken Bigfoot, or is it going to be anatomic?
Yeah, it's gonna be a Ken one.
Wait, Tim. Anatomically.
Anatomically, yes. Come on.
He's
Okay.
not gonna
So
have
at
the
the end of the
sheathed,
show.
the
I was-
sheathed dick.
Oh, is he going to be circumcised or not?
Well, he's got it like he's
Who
sheathed, you know, like a
circumcises
bear.
Bigfoot?
A moil?
Big Moyle?
Yeah, big moil. Oh, God. Yeah, I don't want to go to that, Briss. So then they're under the car, and it's the last stand time because the sun's coming up tomorrow, but they're going to freeze to death. But don't worry, the vampires know just how to make sure they don't freeze to death. They cut the lines to the oil pipes and flood the town with it. So they're all getting a ticket, by the way. And then light it on fire. Bunch of assholes. But yeah, like the other lady that's in there that has no name says, the whole idea is we're covering their tracks, right? It's going to look like a dumb accident that all these stupid fucking hill people with half an IQ point couldn't prevent. And they burnt down their own fucking town after they all got done fucking their own relatives, right? And they were all like loopy on their toilet wine. And that's just going to be their story.
Well, I've run out of relatives to fuck. Time to burn down the town.
I've checked my last checkpoint in the book. That's it.
Oh, what a great line, Candice. But our hero's like, no, sir. I know
says
what.
Nay.
I know what to do here. He pulls out a syringe from somewhere. Yeah, there's just syringes around in the ether.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Where does he get that syringe from?
It might have some meth in it, but at this point, who cares?
True, yeah.
True.
Oh, that totally explains the purpose of what he's doing. And
he's all messed up.
He gets some Billy blood, which is not like Billy beer, Tim Yobo. It's Billy blood.
It's actually good.
It's actually good, yeah. And he injects himself with it. And he's like, listen, I remember the people when they got infected, and this is while he's injecting himself, he's explaining it. I remember
There's
the people that when they got infected, there's a little like turning over time, where you could still think and talk and stuff. I'm counting.
That's why that little kid can still speak English.
Yeah, maybe. But she wasn't from this town, though. I think that they're more talking about his buddy in the swing set.
Yeah, he still has some humanity left in him. He's not a monster yet.
Yeah, because the little girl, remember, she was eating a head. So
yeah, but she still had the power of speech.
Danny Houston has the power of speech. He speaks English.
Again, he told the woman, no, he told the woman, look, bitch, I want you to walk up and down the street screaming, help me, help me.
The fuck?
Or he wrote it down. Like, how did he communicate to the bait girl what to do?
What he wanted her to do.
Psychic? Oh, my God. But he's still psychic English then, Tim. I don't know. They were playing Pictionary, right? They were playing like he was doing the thing where you tap your ear. Sounds like in the charades. They did charades.
Walk this way.
I don't see him doing charades.
And then he breaks her arm. Like pats her on the head to send her on her way.
Yeah. So no, instead he infects himself with this shit. He's like, all right, I'm going to go out there and fight him. I'm going to be a distraction. And while I'm distracting him,
First time I've ever seen in a vampire movie, right?
Yeah, true. He's like, I'm going to distract him. Stella and the kids are going to run away. You guys just stand here. And they're like, cool, we can do that. That part of the plan where we just stay here, we got it. So he does. He injects himself with the blood, goes out, calls out the boss vampire, and we get the long, bloody battle with Josh Hartnett street fightering with this dude. And I got to admit, there's a couple of good shots in here. Like when he's on his hands and knees and the dude kicks him in the fucking mouth and he goes spinning away.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
Vampire fight.
But also, at no point have we seen in any part of this movie where vampires regenerate their health quickly after being hurt.
Yeah, true. Well, we also haven't seen any part of the movie where if they get punched through their mouth and their brain blows out the back of their head, that kills them.
True.
But apparently that's what happens because the head vampire...
He blew his back out.
Oh, he fucking did. And I do like this, though, the whole kind of like weird wolf pack mentality that they have, where he challenged the alpha. So him and the alpha are going rounds, right? And none of the other ones interfere.
Yes and no. I agree with you, but I also think at a certain point, why don't they just do a fucking anti-Bruce Lee and just jump on him all at the same time and then work it out amongst themselves, who they know, all right, we've been vampires together for at least 50 years. This new motherfucker's going to be the king of the hill?
I mean, he killed their leader. Like, there's like a buddy of mine. He said his move would be like in a fight, he just let somebody punch him as hard as he could. And he's like, after that point, either he knocks you out and it's over, or you took it. And he's like, now what am I going to do?
Has he ever been in a fight? Because you take one good punch, it might not knock you out, but it's going to fuck you up.
Yeah, a couple of them. But no, it works in this case, though, handily, Tim. I understand your criticism, but my one point of reference is this movie, because they kill the head vampire by punching through his head, and his brain blows out all over the place. And then the rest of the vampires are like, shit, now what do we do? And they just kind of scatter.
Where and when?
Why?
See, that's why this movie also doesn't make sense a little bit, because at this point, their choice is to run into what? The sunset?
No, they go into their boat.
Or if the snow's deep enough, they could hide underneath it
True. They could do that.
to dig a little tunnel.
Or maybe it's like a pride of lions, and then the head lion's killed, and then the rest of them are like, I guess we'll just scatter. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Then Stella comes out and's like, what'd you do? And he's like, I did what I had to. Damn it. She's like, you know, kind of, you silly boy. But then remember earlier, we didn't mention it because it was stupid, but he promised her that he'd watch the sunrise with her.
Oh, yeah.
So he does. And
then
cut
she shoots him in the stomach and she gets his paycheck tomorrow.
I wish. No, instead we just get the worst CGI in the movie of him fucking burning up and screaming and the sunlight. And we roll credits, and Candice, that is 30 Days of Night. Yep. So Tim, I'm going to ask you first. What'd you think of this? Let's go on a scale of 1 to 5, and you can do half ranks. What do you think?
I'll give it a 3.5. I thought it was a very good movie, enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not a movie that I've watched many, many times, but just the premise, it gets at least like 2 points just because of the premise, and it didn't do anything too crazy, too stupid. So 3.5, I think, is a good rating for this movie.
Okay. Makes sense. Candice, what about you?
I'm going to put this in 2 separate categories because as a vampire film, it's a 4.
Okay.
Because most vampire movies, as much as I love them, they're bad.
Yes,
or
that's true.
middling at best.
Yeah.
Yep.
As an overall horror movie, 3.5. It does have some pretty slow moments.
I think I'm with you. I'm stuck between the 3.5 and the 4. I think I've got to lean to the 3.5. But I'm not grading it as a vampire movie. I'm just grading it in general. And it's largely what we said. It's kind of, there's some slow moments that could definitely be tightened up. I don't need all the Left 4 Dead shit. I'm going to give it credit for a lot of the effects, though, except for some, like you said, Tim, of the fire effects and that last CGI. It's pretty solid other than that. So, Candice, I've got one last rating that I want to ask from you before we go to, the end of the thing, plugs and talk about what's coming up maybe. For this month specifically, I've come up with what I like to call the Candice Fang-bang scale. Now, here's...
2 fangs or 3 fangs?
Well, I'm going to ask you on a scale of 1 to 5, right?
Okay.
5 being Van Damme, 1 being the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh.
How bangable is the head vampire in this movie?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Because it's
It is a
Danny
tough
Houston.
one.
He's got a lot of charisma, even when he's got, like, those crazy-ass, blood-encrusted fingernails and, blood covering his face. He does have a charisma to him. I would put him, I'd say 1 step above Quasimodo.
Ooh, so we're going for a 2.
Yep.
Okay, so you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Candice gives him a 2 out of 5 on the Fang Bang scale. So I think that's going to cover it for this week.
Enjoy that first and last time bit.
No, it's going to be coming up next week, too. It's going to come up every week for every vampire that we cover.
Oh, we going to do Frank Langella's Dracula?
No.
Definitely, that's a fucking Fang Bang.
No,
No.
next week we're going to be talking Team Edward. We're going to be talking Twilight.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
For
Careful
you,
what you
Tim
wish
Yobo.
for.
Man, wasn't this? That was a no. I always confuse
No, we do
this.
just the first movie. Or we're gonna do the whole series.
We're gonna do just the
No.
fucking first movie, Tim Yobo. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the one that 50 Shades of Grey was a fan
Yep.
fiction that was
Yep.
written
Yep.
off of it
Yep.
by a crazy lady. Okay.
Yep.
All I needed to know. I just remember they were walking around with their mouths hanging open a lot and glittery vampires, but we're going to revisit it. And we have a special guest who's going to join us next week that Candice can't know about.
Oh,
Unless they've
Damn
already
it. Now I'm
spoiled it.
dying here. I gotta know.
Candice's
Yeah.
husband is going to be on the show next week.
Yes. We're going to have Edward's going to be on here. Robert Pattinson's going to be on. No.
Oh,
You're going to tell me later
Batman?
on who it's going to be, right? Eddie?
Batman's
yeah.
gonna be on here?
I'll tell you, Tim, but you can't tell her.
Okay.
So,
Of course I'm not going to tell her. Come on.
Candice, I'm going to start with
This
you.
is
Is there-
locker room talk.
Yeah, it's just the boys, you know? So, Candice, I'm going to start with you, though. Is there anything you want people to pay attention to on the internet other than our whole thing?
No, just follow me on Twitter at horrorhoochie69.
Nice.
I'm funny sometimes.
More often than not, I'd say you're funny. Sometimes,
Yeah.
though,
She's learned not
Tim.
to do any more polls, right?
Tim. No, come on, be nice to Candice, okay? We tease her on the show, but that's
Candace is
because we
funny.
know her. Yeah.
Look, there's a reason why she's on the show, right?
You're goddamn right. And Tim, there's a reason you're on the show, but you're on other things on the internet. Do you want us to pay attention to them? And if so, what are they?
I'm sure you're going to find me on the grind bin at some point in the next couple of weeks, hopefully.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I got a Blair Venberg thing coming up, so you'll definitely hear about me.
Oh,
jealous
On the
about
grind
that.
bin. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
2
me
years
too.
in a row, motherfuckers. Yeah, that's right.
Look
I
at
made
you.
it. And, yeah, again, just I can't say enough about that Carrot Top episode on Mustachio Podcast here, all right?
Oh, God. Yeah, I just actually listened to the Grind Bins bonus episode where they're talking about it. Wow. That was
what's that show that you did, the debate thing, Eddie? Where you're on fucking actual Zoom and you're acting completely different than you act on any show that I've
What
been
do you
on
mean
with
acting different?
I don't know. Just just watch it. I don't know. You're a little bit more boisterous. You're a little bit more less. You're less circus master and more clown.
You think so?
I think so. Yes.
I think
He
I
hams
took.
it up for the
I
camera.
think I took charge of that show.
Oh yeah, you fucking put your dick out on that show and you fucking won.
Oh,
You're
God,
goddamn
nobody
right.
watched this show.
Yeah, I pull my dick out on
It's
Zoom.
on
You
Zoom.
stand up.
It's
you
on Zoom for a reason because you have to zoom in on it.
Yeah, so you can get all the
Aw,
details,
damn.
huh, Tim? Tim wasn't satisfied enough with it at a distance. He really wanted to see exactly how juicy and hot it was. Isn't that right, Tim?
Oh, this shit looks like Mars.
Yeah, that was funny, Tim. So anyhow, I'm going to say go ahead and jump on our Patreon at patreon.com/bloodybits, where you can get access to this as well as some of our bonus episodes that are going to be coming up, including Tim Yobo debates Matt Anderson about Halloween Kills. This
And all I will say this is the winner of that debate is on this show right now. The one that you just heard.
It was me. I won.
Yeah, Candice actually probably did win. She was the most
Yeah,
reasonable
because
of
she had the
all of
least
us.
amount to say. She came away looking clean.
She came out fucking great. Better than me as the moderator, which is crazy. Other than that, it is going to be free Halloween week, but then after that, I'm going to put it behind a paywall. Like how I do that. And you can get access to the Blood Bank with over 2,500 titles. That's more than Hulu or what was it?
Disney.
Disney, yep, or Peacock.
Apple TV, I'm sure.
I'm sure Apple TV.
Probably
they
more than
got
Shudder, right?
Yeah, probably more than Shudder. I think Tubi's the winner, but they got commercials and I don't.
Yeah, but I heard some weird shit about Tubi. I don't know.
Yeah, you know what? People are telling me, right? We'll do the Trump thing. People are
saying that Tubi is owned by a dubious company.
I think they're going to rebrand as Meta here pretty soon. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think
too
that
bad he never met a woman.
Jesus.
That somebody did that on Twitter. Somebody put that joke on Twitter where it's too bad that Mark Zuckerberg never met a woman until after he graduated college.
We're just becoming Black Mirror, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, this is how we end it.